years old, just living out her days. And here's my son. And I'm mother all these people out here. And it's my son. My son.
Like when I first got hired at Marie's, people were like, you know, I don't mess with you and everything. And I mean, that's the first thing that I did.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, Hugh Young, I'm pretty sure. And
where does he live?
I don't even know. I found his Facebook the other day.
Does it say Hugh Young?
Well, it says Hugh D. Young, but in it looks way different because he's got just a goatee, clean shaven. Now he looks like he's actually kind of crazy.
What do you think should happen to somebody that does that?
That kill someone?
Kills a 98-year-old woman. Yeah.
I don't know. I think eye for an eye is the best way to go. That's how I look at things. Eye for an eye.
And your DNA is already on file? I mean, if it makes you feel better, I will give them your name and let them know your DNA is on file, and they can rule you out. Okay, when we get a DNA profile. Would that help you?
I mean, what, for like the lady?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't bother me.
Well, I think it bothers you that people are accusing you of it.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know. Like, people are still going to say it. It makes me mad because that many people have said it, but I haven't really heard it since, like, it was only the first couple of days since it happened, but I haven't. So, I mean, you can if you want. It doesn't really matter to me.
Well, I think if we get a profile that doesn't match up to anything we've submitted, that they run it through the computer system, and the computer system runs it against all that they've collected from people who've been in trouble in the past. So that's how it usually works. So it would probably get passed over anyways.
Following their instincts, the detectives obtained permission from Gavin's mother to confiscate his phone. While they were primarily searching for evidence related to the carjacking, they discovered something far more disturbing. The findings were so alarming that two detectives immediately rushed to the Ramsey household to place him under arrest.
You had your mom leave the room the other day. Were you going to tell me this?
No, this was the carjacking thing. I thought about it, but I didn't know what to do.
Did you know I'd be coming to see you after we got your phone?
I figured. As soon as I heard the knock on the door, I honestly, if my boots were tied, I think I would have.
I really don't want to go into the contents of the phone, but there was enough in there to implicate him.
Showing that he was there.
Correct.
You sure I can't get you a drink? I know telling me about it doesn't give you much relief.
Just to the fact that it ruined my life.
Gavin expresses remorse, but the full extent of his disturbing actions is about to be revealed. Margaret lived just around the corner from Gavin. Tragically, she was found deceased, having been strangled, and her body hidden inside her own home.
She was definitely moved into the closet, and she was put in there, and she was hidden so that it would be difficult to find.
However, the most horrifying details of what was done to her body after death were yet to be uncovered.
Kevin, what happened to Margaret's underwear? All right?
There was a bit of an altercation. Like, she wasn't up, whatever she was going to do.
So did you kind of wrestle with her then?
A little bit. Like, it was off the couch.
On the floor? And her underwear got torn then?
Yeah, I got ripped.
So when she died, was she on the couch or on the floor?
Floor.
Were you on top of her then?
Kind of.
Like straddling her?
Yeah.
And did you use one hand or both?
Both.
Did you squeeze it or push her against the floor or both?
Both.
And you said you don't remember if she was bleeding at that point.
Well, I mean, the only reason I can think of bleeding is when I put my hand over her mouth.
So when you were holding her hand over her mouth, you might have pushed too hard and maybe made her nose bleed.
Yeah.
Upon investigating the body, the officers noted several disturbing findings. The victim's nightgown had been completely unbuttoned, exposing torn underwear. Her neck and face were marked with multiple signs of trauma, indicating she had been assaulted and strangled with the perpetrator's bare hands.
Something like this is very uncommon. I've been here for over 25 years, and I've never seen a case quite like this one.
So, were you in her house for a little while before you woke her up?
I mean, I came up onto the porch, and I didn't even know what I was going to do. And I looked in the window and everything. I don't know, I felt like going into a house is like the biggest adrenaline rush I could get, I guess. So then I tried the doorknob and that just happened to be unlocked.
Was it the front door or back door?
Or back door.
Okay. So you went into the kitchen?
Was like the TV on or something? When you went in?
I don't think so.
Headed up to the house, you didn't hear it or something? Maybe it's something.
Well, she was already asleep whenever I went in, because when I came around the corner, that's where I saw her, and it scared me. Because I didn't expect to see someone right there, because I didn't hear anything. So I came in, I opened the door, and I just listened. And then I didn't hear anything, so maybe nobody's home. And then I go to walk around that corner, and I'm still going slow, but I see her, and she's, I don't know, sleeping or something.
The crime that the detectives are dealing with involves an individual exhibiting traits of psychopathy, a condition in forensic psychology marked by persistent antisocial behavior, impulsivity, selfishness, callousness, emotional detachment, and a lack of remorse. As revealed in later footage, Gavin's psychopathy is compounded by sadism and sexual perversions, including necrophilia.
And then I go to turn around and hit the chair, and it made a noise, and she woke up.
And she started to scream at that point, you said?
Yeah, because when I hit the chair, I turned back around, and I looked, and she was there staring at me and started to yell. And then went for the phone. She already knew what it looked like.
We were trying to get that when she went for the phone, is that when you were trying to get the phone away from her so she couldn't call? Did you knock that gal away, or is that what you guys thought with the phone?
It was a little bit of a fight, I think. I think I threw it under the couch. I'm not really sure.
You guys ended up on the floor at that point?
Yeah, I don't even know where the phone went.
When you say you guys were on the floor, her gown got torn.
Yeah, because she was still...
What happened to her underwear, I guess?
I don't even know if she was wearing underwear.
Okay.
Because when she was on the couch, she grabbed the phone and everything. It was still yelling, and I don't know if she dialed anything yet or not, but I just didn't know what to do, and then that happened. By the time I even realized what I was doing, it was too late to stop anything.
And when you realized that's when you were on the floor on top of her with your hands on her.
On a hidden app called Dark, secured by the passcode MURDER, Gavin stored several videos that he recorded in the early hours of April 6, 2018, when he committed this horrific crime. He broke into Margaret's house through a back door and watched her as she slept on the couch. Suddenly, Margaret woke with a look of fear on her face, prompting Gavin to lunge at her and strangle her to death. He then spent the next few hours indulging his twisted desires, using Margaret's lifeless body.
Now, there's a couple of videos of you kind of peeking over the edge of the couch and videotaping her. Well, when was that all done?
That was on the same night. Why did I lie about anything? That was stupid.
It's okay. So when you went in the house earlier?
No, like I never went to the house before, but like I went in and I was being quiet and everything. And like how it happened, like I wasn't lying about that, but I did, you know, like I turned the corner and did see her.
And you hid?
Yeah, then I hid and I was taking my phone. I was taking pictures to see if she was awake.
I got you.
And then
she saw you?
we stood up and she saw me.
Did your flash go off on your phone?
I don't think so.
So from there, is that did you tell us the truth about the rest of that? So how long do you think you were in the house before you woke her up?
I don't know, probably like 10, 15 minutes.
And then from the time you woke her up to the time you ended up on top of her, choking her, how long did that whole part take?
That was probably like 5 minutes.
So pretty quick. She tries to get the phone, you try and stop her. You guys struggle to the floor, and you end up on top of her with your hands on her neck. And you're pushing and squeezing. You have your hand over her mouth at the same time?
Well, my hand on her mouth was on the couch.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, rolled or something off the couch.
Was she like fighting back with you then, trying to struggle, and then you guys went down?
Yeah. I think on her way down or something got ripped.
But you don't remember ripping her pants? How long did you stay there before you put her in the closet?
That was probably like 30 minutes. I just kind of sat there and I didn't know like what was going on. Like I was so in shock.
When questioned by the detective about how long he'd been inside the house, Gavin falsely claimed it was only 30 minutes. However, the timestamps on the videos from his phone revealed that he had spent several hours there, further exposing his dishonesty.
Is there any adrenaline with that? No.
It was like adrenaline and shock at the same time. So like 1 second I'm like, I don't know, adrenaline.
You know, and the next thing you know, it's like
with overload. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So what did you do with your gloves when you left?
We moved away.
Where at?
In the trash can.
At home. Because there's a glove there. Could you have dropped one?
There was a glove there. I guess I did drop one back.
There was purple stuff on it. What was the purple stuff that was on there? I get it that there's a whole piece of this that you don't understand why you do. Okay? I understand the whole piece that you don't understand. And I get that. Did the purple stuff have to do with the whole piece that you don't understand why you do? No. And is that the same time that you were taking some of those pictures?
Yeah, and after I took those pictures, I was like, what?
That's when the shock set in?
Yeah, it's like, what am I doing?
So it was adrenaline all the way up until then. And then the whole shock took over the overload. Is that right?
It sounds right down.
I know. It's hard.
Gavin made a crucial mistake by wearing gloves and leaving one behind at Margaret's house. During the crime scene investigation, detectives discovered the glove, and test results confirmed the presence of Margaret's DNA on the outside and Gavin's on the inside, sealing his connection to the crime.
She may have asked this, but did you mean to hurt Margaret like that?
No. No.
Or was it just the shock? The shock.
You said you just started doing it, and by the time you realized that she had died, it was too late.
What else I can do?
That way you punched the wall at school, is that main frustration? How did that chunk out of your hand? You don't say it hurts.
Sorry. I think I broke my hand or my pinky. I didn't even care. I was just mad because I finished my test in math, and then I saw a text from that said the cops had my phone. I'm like, great. And then Miss rings. I'm like, that's for me, I guarantee it. I'm looking at her, and she looks at me, and she, like, go to the office. I'm like, great.
That's for the break-in type stuff at the school, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I thought.
Yeah, the church, yeah, sorry.
Did you guys go in the church? No. You didn't
No.
set off the alarm about messing with the windows?
Yeah. Like,
Were you going to go into the church before the alarm went off?
I don't really know what we were going to do at the church. I didn't even hear the alarms go off. And he's like, dude, the alarms are going off. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I listened. I'm like, we should probably go. And we did.
Did you feel weird going out, like, given some cars are trying to break that place, knowing what you've already been through in Margaret's house? That seems strange. Or just kind of like the thought of the past thought. Because it's over, you can't change it.
Was it less of an adrenaline rush?
Yeah. It wasn't.
Or is there that same adrenaline when you were on top of Margaret? Did you have that same adrenaline?
That was,
Feeling? Or was it a little bit different?
well, like, that and going to break into cars.
Yeah.
I mean, cars is like that.
Quick fix.
It's just that, you know what, when you go to open the door handle, it's like, is the alarm going to go off? Is someone going to come outside? So it's like, there's that risk. And then, the whole breaking into the house, that was the adrenaline part.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know, I didn't even have a grip on reality.
Chaos ensues when Gavin's parents discover the terrifying secret their son has been hiding.
On the phone contained images of Margaret before and after her death, as well as videos of your son with her.
Okay.
With her. Engaging in sex with her.
Was she still alive when he was doing that?
No, I don't believe.
Oh my God. This isn't happening. This isn't real. Oh my God.
I wanted you to know, I spoke to the director of the juvenile detention facility. I explained the situation. I explained that he was highly emotionally distraught. I asked him to defer our watch.
Okay.
I've asked him to take, to keep him under 24/7 observation.
Okay.
I know this is an emotionally devastating situation.
I just know right now.
It's a horrible set of circumstances. You deserve to know he will be tried as an adult. Oh my God, oh my God. 98 years old. Just living out her days. And here's my son. My son. My mother, all these people out here, and it's my son.
Does Gavin understand he's going to prison? Probably for the rest of his life.
Meanwhile, Gavin appeared to be grappling with a similar thought inside the interrogation room.
What do you think's even gonna happen with me?
I think you're gonna go to juvenile detention. And you're gonna do some time in jail.
How long do you think?
I don't know. I just don't know, Gavin. But I do know that your mom absolutely loves you, and you are a huge part of her world. And she needs you to be here.
But that's what I'm most upset about.
But I want you to remember that. I don't want you to forget that, okay? You can't.
I don't, it's the only thing that's kept me going. My mom.
She seems like a pretty fantastic lady.
She is.
And she loves you more than anything, so if anybody can get you through this and get you what you need to fix whatever's going on with you, it's your mom.
But that's the thing. I don't know if this can be fixed. Because it doesn't feel like it's some regular emotion. This feels like it's natural, and I don't want it to be.
Anything can be fixed. Yeah.
I wasn't blowing smoke when I told you were a nice kid. You know, you seem like a super nice kid. There's got to be something that, that's making all this happen for you, right?
Probably, but I don't know what.
So you're kind of fixing it now, don't you think?
No, that's made it a whole lot worse.
That's a big weight to be carrying around, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of monkey on your back that you've been toting, and now you're not toting it anymore. Now you get to heal.
During their search, police discovered a journal in Gavin's bedroom that revealed he had again withheld the truth. The journal began with research on serial killers Donald Henry Gaskins and Ted Bundy, but soon shifted to ideas for skits and short films, each featuring Gavin in the role of a killer. In almost every story, Braden played the victim. As chilling as these entries were, Gavin's thoughts were most disturbing. One entry read, "I want to know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I just want to go off on someone and beat them until they're not breathing anymore. It's not for attention or anything. I honestly want to take someone's life." In another entry, he wrote, "I don't feel empathy or sympathy for anybody. I just don't care."
You ever told your counselor about any of the thoughts that you have?
I did a lot, and she didn't. She started with trying to treat the depression first, and it wasn't working for a little bit. I still tried to kill myself, but I didn't.
No, it's not right.
No, I didn't. I don't care what happens to me. Honestly, I don't. It's what happened. What would it do to my mom? If I killed myself and that my mom said she couldn't go another day if I died. I'm not gonna kill myself because of that.
So it's more for her, not for you.
Yeah, I don't care about me. I don't.
You do. People care about you.
Other people might, but I just.
It's because you're dealing with so much. That's why you don't. But deep down, you still do. Because people that truly don't anymore, they don't want to do it. You have the heart. That's why.
The night you were out at Margaret's, had you drank or smoked anything? Done any that night?
No, that I was actually sober that night, which is another reason why I smoke weed and I drink, because I can't handle myself when I'm sober, or I can't like comprehend. I don't even know the word to use. My thoughts when I'm sober are dark. When I'm high, they're like good thoughts.
Had you ever thought about harming anybody before or taking someone's life before?
Not like planning it out, but like, oh, I'm so mad I can kill someone right now. Like that kind of thing.
But you never imagined yourself actually doing it?
No, I could never vision myself.
Like, wondering what would we did.
I couldn't, like, I don't know, like some stuff you think about yourself in that situation, like, yeah, I could see that. And then, like, I think about a car crash or something, me dying in a car crash, be like, yeah, I see that. Something else that doesn't necessarily involve me dying, or even like me being injured. Like, yeah, but I think about me killing someone, I'm like, I can't see that. I can't.
You walked up in here, you're talking to my partner, calling him bro. He's over twice your age. You should be calling him sir.
This is 18-year-old Christian Hillman, who has been hit with a brutal reality check.
You're a kid, and you need to grow up, young man.
Sir, can you please stop raising your voice?
No, I will not, because you know what? You are not going to tell me what to do. Do you understand?
I will file a complaint on you.
Go ahead, do it!
In September 2016, a haunting image surfaced the internet. The image of Christian staring into the camera with blood-stained hands. Just weeks earlier, a confrontation would take place, which would leave the victim gurgling in his own blood and with severe brain damage. Now, as Hillman sat in the interrogation room, his spoiled, entitled nature became painfully clear.
Can you give me a double mattress? Can I put these handcuffs on? Can I get an attorney in here?
Get me an attorney. Bring an attorney in here. Oh, yeah, really?
I have the right to an attorney.
You do? Get in here right now.
What crimes has he committed, and what dark path led him here? As we will delve deeper into the case, you will be shocked by the brutality of a mere teenager.
Me and my buddies, we were riding, and all of a sudden, this guy in this truck just pulled up behind me, and he started.
You were on what? What were you driving?
What was I driving?
Yeah.
I was driving the CCR 230.
Okay.
You gotta look that bike up, nice man.
I will.
It's nice, man. But anyhow, the guy in the truck pulled up behind me. He started blaring his horn at me, and I had no idea why.
The guy Christian mentions is none other than 64-year-old William McFarland. On September 29th, like any other normal day, McFarland was returning home to Atla, Michigan from a peaceful fishing trip. And what should have been an ordinary journey turned into a fatal encounter. An argument with Hillman would not only cost McFarland his life, but also leave his family scattered forever.
Let me ask you this. Where were you at when you were riding? This guy pulled up behind you. Where were you at?
Well, I don't know if you guys know the area.
I do. I used to work years ago when I worked the street. I used to work there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But do you know like 52nd at Whitneyville?
I know where 52nd. Where the railroad tracks are there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You're an OG, bro. Right a few houses. Now, the police already had stopped by my house today. So I kept stopping. I kept asking, like, hey, what are you doing?
What do you mean you stop and ask? Like, you talk to him, or you're just kind of giving emotions?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? He was trying, like, he wouldn't go by me. He just kept riding my ass. So basically, I stopped for a second, and he started getting all mad and getting out of the car and everything. And I was like, I don't want trouble and anything. And he put his hands around my neck. And there was a thorough ass beating after that.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like I was in self-defense, though.
You feel like what?
Self-defense, though, because he really did attack me first.
Okay.
He carefully crafts his words, attempting to paint himself as the victim, a role he's far from deserving. With a casual demeanor, he seems confident that his story is fooling the detectives, but what he doesn't realize is that there were witnesses who saw the horrifying incident unfold right before their eyes.
Could I put these handcuffs on?
No, you don't have to put them on.
Alright. Those aren't handcuffs. Those are ankle cuffs. You go around your ankle. Hell yeah.
So you're riding the ATV. This truck pulls up behind you, and it's just kind of following.
Yeah, like he turned his brights on. He tried to run me off the road. Like it's a small dirt bike. He pulled up the side and he started pushing me off to the side of the road. Like I almost crashed a couple times, and that's when I was starting to get irritated because I mean that's just disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Like I had lights, mm-hmm. and he clearly could see that I had lights, but like I don't know what he was so.
Was it already dark at this point?
Yes,
it was dark out.
Yeah.
You said he wasn't involved in the beatdown, so how would he see when he put his hands around your neck?
Well, he was there at first, but as soon as the fight started, that's when he wanted to shoot out.
Okay. So he puts his hands around your neck, and
like it was like a really hard. It wasn't just like a play thing. He was trying to strangle me.
And then what did you do?
Well, like I used to be an ex-heavyweight boxer, so he hit me in the face once, and then I just lost my.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Like I really feel bad about it. Like I really don't like resorting to violence. Like I hate violence, man.
Sure.
But I just lost my temper.
Okay. Well, what did you do? I mean, you lost your temper. Did you yell at him? Did you spit on him? I don't know what that means. I wasn't there. So you lost your temper. What did you do? Explain the beatdown. What was the beatdown?
I kept hitting him, and I was telling him to please stay down before I have to hurt you more. Like, so I really don't like hurting people, but he was going to hurt me if I didn't stop it.
Okay.
So I just had to completely make sure, like, he was immobilized. He couldn't hurt me. He couldn't hurt my friends.
Your friends? Who's your friends?
Just if one of my boys would have pulled up, like, I don't want him freaking out at him either. Like, I caused the situation. I take, like, full responsibility for my actions.
Mm-hmm. So all you did was punch him, and when he was on the ground, you kept punching him?
Yeah.
That's all? Were you punching him in the face, in the foot, in the arm? Where was you hitting him?
Well, I kind of lost control for a second, to be honest with you, officer.
Okay.
But, like, I think,
So then, it sounds like you gave him a beatdown, is the way you described it, right?
Yeah.
And then how did it end? What happened at the end?
Well, he was just laying there. Because I really knocked him out cold because I didn't want him to get back up.
Christian's claims of only punching William are another blatant lie. That night, he wore steel-toed boots, which he used to viciously kick McFarland, leaving him incapacitated. Medical reports reveal the horrifying extent of the attack. McFarland's chest bones were shattered into fragments described as Rice Krispies. Christian brags about being an ex-heavyweight boxer who never resorts to violence. But if that were true, why didn't he call 911?
Looking both ways, I get a call from Christian. All I hear is like frantic, like moving and stuff like that. And I'm like, Christian, are you still driving? Like, stop, like answer your phone. And he's like, this dude's unconscious. And I was like, what? This dude's unconscious. So I'm like, what? So I pull up some more and I see this like truck with its, hazards going off. I'm like, what the So I pull out. So let me ask you this. So you're on the phone with Christian as this is going on? Yeah. Okay, so you call him, he answers. He says this dude's unconscious. And I was like, what? And then I hung up and I put it in my pocket, pulled up to see where he was, because then it was just like a bunch of like muffling. It sounded like he was going like this. And I finally saw the truck, so I pulled up and he was like right there, and this dude's like laying there unconscious. And I'm like, dude! And he's like, dude, he choked me. And I was like, what? And I was like, we need to go, bro. You just knocked him out. Let's go, bro. And he's like, all right, bro, let's go. And he was like trying to like pick up his dirt bike, and like people started showing up, and he started like talking to all these people and everything. And I was just like sitting on the ATV like, what the fuck? And then he got on and we just jetted back to his crib.
Okay.
This friend is none other than Noah Bolowski, the one who snapped the infamous photo of Christian and posted it on social media. The way Noah speaks, it's clear that the incident left him deeply shaken. Despite being Christian's friend, even he recognizes the sheer inhumanity that Christian unleashed that day. His other friend will also agree that Christian indeed went too far that day.
Were you there when he took that picture?
Yes. Okay. He was on the porch.
Do you know why he had him take his picture?
No.
Did he ask him to take his picture?
No.
Did Christian ask him to take it?
No. I'm not really sure. Like, the picture was just taken. I think he just didn't even say anything, just took the picture.
Okay. Did you take any pictures of him?
No.
No?
I just want to forget that. Like, I didn't want any pictures of it.
You said you have not had any contact with Christian since?
No.
Via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know these are all things we can check?
Yep.
No contact with
No
him?
contact.
Okay.
You know, I want to appreciate you're trying to come up with a story that, yeah, it was self-defense and this guy grabbed me by the neck, and I don't have the forms with me, but do you realize there was an event at the church when this whole thing took place? You were so angry you did not realize who was around, who was watching, who was listening. So, you know, what I said earlier, and I know you're concerned, you said, you know, I don't want to go, you got to be honest, okay? And I'm not yelling, screaming, I'm being just giving you the straight up.
You're being cool, bro.
I'm just, you got to be honest. You know, like, I've done this job way too long to know, one, you're not giving us certain names because I think this might be your boy, you don't want to tell on your boy, blah, blah, blah. We're going to find out. So that's not going to help you out when we find, or if it was another couple guys, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the thing is, you're not being 100% honest, okay? Because there's two sides to the story, okay? One is yours, 2 and 3 is your buddies, 4 is the victim. So then you kind of look, all right, is the victim's story going to match up to your story? But in this case, it's easy. Because we can take your story out and the victim's story out, and we can talk to witnesses who don't know you and don't know the victim. So for a case like this, it's simple. I mean, we just talk to the witness. What'd you see? What'd you hear? Who did what? Who did what next? It's better than catching it on video, because you have witnesses who don't even know you and don't know. It's different if I say, Christian, yeah, we got 2 witnesses. Well, who are they? Well, it's the victim's cousins. Well, then that doesn't make sense. Of course they're going to say, you did this. These are church folks just leaving a church, driving off, and witness this whole thing go down. And you guys didn't realize that they're standing watching this thing go down. They watched what you did, what you guys did. They heard what was said and what happened. And that's how we ended up there, is because they were the ones that called 911.
No, understandable.
So your story is not even close to what these witnesses, these poor folks, saw.
You slipped up, buddy.
You got a lot growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Give me an attorney.
Bring an attorney in here.
Oh, yeah, really?
Okay.
Tell us who the f*** y'all.
We're not
I have the right to an attorney.
You do get in here right now.
And you can get one.
And when you go over to the jail, and then you can call and get an attorney. Okay?
What the f*** am I going to jail?
You'll find out.
Find out.
You're a big tough guy.
You're a tough guy. You know all the answers, bro. Y'all assholes, bro.
Christian played right into the cops' hands, and now they had to break the gravity of the situation he is in.
We're doing a search warrant at your house right now. So my boss is out there at the house. I got a search warrant. Magistrate signed it. So,
but I got nothing to hide in my house, man.
I know. I hear you, but I'm just letting you know what's going on. I mean, I don't want you to think that I'm doing anything. I'm not making this stuff up.
Yeah, you're keeping it 100, bro.
And you know, there is blood inside of that garage. And
in my garage,
Christian. Okay. I don't know what other way to tell you, man. I'm not making this up. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I know you're not making
Right,
up your account.
inside of your garage, yes. There's blood inside of your garage. Okay? So, that's what we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
And we're in the process of finding.
Thanks, man.
Okay?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
When Christian hears that the cops are about to search his home, he knows he messed up. Panic sets in and he quickly asks for an attorney again, realizing the walls are closing in on him.
What's going on with the attorney situation?
We don't get you an
we don't
attorney.
get you
You
an
ask for an
attorney.
attorney, that's on you to get an attorney.
Okay, but I'm supposed to be publicly appointed ones.
You don't understand how the process works, do you?
It's not our job.
Well, whose job is it? Because I'm not
Your
about to.
job.
I'm not about to answer a bunch more questions. I know my.
We're not asking you any questions, Christian. Then what question have we asked since you said you want an attorney?
Well, I mean, the thing is, he put me in these for absolutely no damn reason. I'm just sitting here cooling.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
You're being detained right now. Okay? We're not asking you any questions, and it's not our job to call to get you an attorney. That's not our job.
Then whose job is it?
Yours.
Okay, well, I need my phone to do that.
Sure. You just hang tight, Christian. We're going to get the search warrant done, and we'll kind of decide what's going to happen next, okay?
How can we get a hold?
Really? You guys don't need to contact them. They had nothing to do with it.
Well, here's the thing. You're not running this investigation, so it's not your decision on who we're going to talk to.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to talk to you.
How do you know? You don't know what somebody else is going to do.
Oh, but damn sure I do.
Okay.
Hey, yo, get my attorney, too.
Hey, yo, we don't do that.
All right, well, give me my phone so I can call my lawyer. She about to come in here and get all this up.
It's clear now that he thinks that getting an attorney will get him out of the murder charge, so he keeps acting like a tough gangster and says that his friends will not talk to the detectives, but he is unaware of the fact they already had.
I was trying to be polite as hell for the first thing. Y'all start asking me some questions. Trying to be all nice to y'all. Then old Billy Bad over here thinks she has a bad, she's one bad mother. Play that. And I'm just gonna let y'all know too that y'all not let me see an attorney, I'm gonna sue the f out of you. Y'all gonna lose some f***ing bank.
Like any spoiled teen, he will now call his parents, complaining about the situation and expecting them to fix everything for him. But it will be interesting to see how his parents react.
You wanna know something that's got me super f***ed up?
What?
You wanna know something that's got me super f***ed up?
What's going on?
Well, right now, I am in the Kent County Police Department. I am chained to the floor, and they were refusing me to give me an attorney.
Well, we have to hire one. What are they charging with?
No, this is the thing, Dad. Like, literally, they will not get me a public appointed attorney, and that's their job.
Because we can afford one. They don't have to get you one unless they're arraigned.
Alright, well, you're not staying in jail tonight. I'm sorry. Like, somebody's gonna have to bail me out.
I don't know who for.
Yeah, you damn sure can.
What are you arrested for?
Well, for getting in a fight with that dude. I shouldn't even brought my ass down here. They're trying to pull that good cop, bad cop hilarious. They think they got that shit all figured out like there's some OGs or something. I'm 12. I don't give a about them niggas.
Christian, come on now. You know, you're letting things work for yourself. Just talking like that.
No, but the only problem, this is what I'm not understanding here, is they will not give me an attorney which is supposed to be present during this time. They have me shackled to the floor. I am not violent. I have no weapons. They have me chained to the floor.
Okay. Christian, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know when we can get you an attorney. It's the middle of the night.
Alright, well, you're gonna have to come putting up with this bullshit much longer. I'm cussing these cops out. They think they're all really bad. They're really not.
But all this and this gets you in a lot more trouble.
No, I got freedom of speech. I can say whatever the f*** I want to those niggas.
Alright, Christian, you're gonna be like that. I can't help you. I can't help you. You're gonna just get more trouble.
Alright, well, I need somebody to come bail me out. Alright, I'm...
Listening to how he talks to his father, it's clear that he's used to having everything his way. This entitled attitude isn't just a coincidence, it's a direct result of his upbringing. Watch closely how he also talks to his mother, exposing the root of his arrogance and sense of entitlement.
Hello?
Want to come down to the police station?
Well, I have the detectives here right now.
Alright, well, what are they saying to you, and what are they searching?
For the clothes that you wore.
The clothes that were? Oh. How you left them in the house?
So they have a warrant?
Oh, they had a warrant?
Yeah. I'm sure they don't want to wear your dirty underwear.
Alright, no.
This is not a laughing matter. I know. I'm sorry, Christian.
Yeah, like, I'm really pissed. They have me chained to the floor.
They chained you to the floor?
Yeah, I'm pissed.
Why would they chained you to the floor?
Yes. So you come down here, like, right now and settle this out? So I'm not having it. They refuse to give me an attorney. They will not have a publicly appointed attorney come in here so I can talk with them. And that's my rights.
Yeah?
So they're breaking my rights? So basically, I'm coming back and I'm suing them for everything they had.
Gee, Christian.
Look. They got me chained to the floor.
You're laying on the floor when you're chained.
Yeah. Just come down here.
Well, I have the guys here right now, so I can't leave.
Those I need help more. I need a lot more help than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, listen, you can't leave. I can't even go downstairs in the basement or anything.
Why?
Because they're doing a search. Whereabouts are you anyhow?
I am at the Kent County Jail right now.
Is that the one? Kent County,
like I'd go knock on the door, but these niggas have me so the chain can't even reach the door to knock on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just really need you down here.
Okay. So I can't leave right now. I can't leave. These guys are doing their job, and I can't leave. You know? And my phone is dying, by the way.
Really need you to be here.
So are you at the Kent County Jail House?
Yes.
That's what you call it?
Well, actually, damn it, hang on. I'm up. This is going to be a struggle. Listen, come on. Well, I'd rather not. I'd rather have you come.
I am going to.
You coming down here?
Yes, I am. As soon as I get a chance, I will.
All right, look.
Everything cool down here. And you're at the Kent County.
It's Kent County?
It's not with the sheriff's department.
What's the precinct?
Kent County Sheriff's Department.
Kent County Sheriff's? Yeah, I'm at the Kent County Sheriff's Department. Bro, can you please get this off my way?
And it's our policy.
I understand, bro. It's comfortable as hell, man.
Yeah, sure. It's not made for comfort, man.
All right, man. Yeah.
Because I do have to plug my phone in somewhere.
Okay, well, I really need y'all to come down here and bail me out.
Okay, I will.
All right, so when am I supposed to be seeing you?
Well, I don't know how long the gentleman will be here. So I don't know.
My phone's on a low battery right now, too, and I'm pretty much...
Okay, well, hang up the phone, and then I'll come down. If they still think that I don't know anything, and I'm going to keep it that way. That way they don't have the time that you left, or the time you came back, or the time you left. So you don't know something. And that's...
Christian's conversation with his mom sheds light on their relationship and underscores how much his parents are responsible for his downfall. His mother's comment that the detectives don't know she's aware of his crime and that she intends to keep it that way shows the lengths to which she will go to protect her son. Her misguided encouragement will only worsen his situation, further entrenching him in his destructive path. And now you'll hear his demands, which will confirm that Christian is indeed a spoiled brat.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. If y'all think it's going to sell, can you give me a double mattress?
Look, man. All right, here's the deal. We're just kicking it, right? We're just kicking it. You watch way too much TV, dude. Like the whole getting you an attorney, and now you're asking for a double mattress. I mean, come on, man. We don't put in requests. None of that happens. That's not real. None of that's real. I mean, if you're locked up tonight, you're gonna get what you get. I mean, we don't.
Oh man, I've slept on worse, believe me, bro.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, I don't get what this kind of facade is. I mean, it's like, no, we don't put a request in for a double mattress and your own room, and this isn't a hotel. I mean,
oh, that's not what I meant, like a double mattress, bro. I mean like a double match.
They don't do that, dude. They just don't. No.
That's pretty whack.
But
Christian's privileged attitude becomes evident during his interrogation. He demands a double mattress and calls his parents, expecting them to fix his situation. His sense of entitlement stems from the way he was raised, and this is a pattern that repeatedly surfaces throughout the case. Driven by his desperation to leave the situation, he calls his mom once more.
Everybody just left.
They did? So do you think you can come down here now?
Are you out?
What?
Are you out?
No, I'm chained to the floor.
They told me that you will probably come home tonight, but they have a lot of questions for you, and they don't know when that will be.
All right. Well, I'm going to have the best lawyer ever there, so their questions aren't going to do it.
Well, one thing they said, this one detective guy said that they already know. They already know that, so you could tell them their names. But
you think I'm snitching out any of my boys?
The trouble of it is that they already know who it is.
Watch for all I care.
But they know who it is. So what I have to do is wait for you to call me when the detectives are in, but they're bringing you some clothes to put on because they're going to keep the clothes you got on. They took your boots.
Wait. They took my boots? What boots?
Your blue ones because they have blood all over them. This is not going over well for you at all.
No, not.
Just like you said, you did some serious damage, but the thing of it is I think there's two sides to the story.
There is two sides to the story. He grabbed me by my neck, thought he was all hard and everything, so tried to slam me to the ground. Hell no.
And you got his kick for it then, didn't he?
Yeah,
But now you're gonna pay the price because you overdid it.
good. I mean, maybe he won't fuck with somebody else.
But like, the detective here, he just says, he's gotta answer some questions. He says, he's just gotta answer some questions. But the thing is, it is Christian.
Alright, the thing is, don't come home.
No, please come home.
Why please come home?
I want you to please come home.
Why?
Well, you don't have to tonight if you don't want to.
No, why you want me home now?
Well, because of everything that happened. They just asked me, well, they're gonna let him go tonight. They won't keep you.
Wait, what?
They're gonna let you. You'll probably be able to get out of the detective department tonight and come home. But if you don't want to come home, then you can do what you want.
It's appalling to hear a mother speak to her son who has committed a crime in such a manner. Instead of questioning his actions, she insists he comes home, showing a disturbing lack of accountability and concern. After hours of Christian sitting in the interrogation room, officers finally arrive to photograph the injuries he's alleged to have.
This dude's gonna document your injuries that you got to your hands, your neck.
I have injuries in my neck.
You said he choked you, right?
Yeah, he grabbed me around here.
Right, so you should have injuries there.
And
Yeah.
what I need you to do is stand up right here. I'm gonna take some overalls, show this is you.
I'm gonna need a little help here first.
Okay, I think that's what you're working on.
The officers, however, never found any of these injuries. Police discovered damning evidence at Christian Hillman's home, including steel-toe boots and blood-stained jeans with McFarland's DNA. On July 24, 2017, Hillman was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 22.5 years to 100 years in prison, with parole possible in 2039.
I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
This is 17-year-old Carlos Hallowell, who's accused of killing his own mother, Denise Hallowell. From an initial look, it seemed as if it were a grim yet straightforward case. However, the detectives had no idea just how manipulative and stubborn Carlos would be, especially after hearing his innocent, helpless voice in the 911 call.
911, what is the address of the emergency? I need someone fast. I need EMTs. I need people. Okay. All right, so you're on the phone with me and take a deep breath and calm down so we can get this information, okay? I see it. Do you think she's beyond any help? I don't know.
When detectives arrived at the crime scene in Inverness, Florida, they discovered the deceased body of 57-year-old Denise Hallowell lying on the bed with an axe embedded in her head. But even after Carlos caused such a gruesome death of his own mother, his main focus was to try outsmarting the detectives.
So you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county.
On July 19th, 2019, Denise Hallowell was found dead on her bed with an axe embedded in her head, and the body was discovered by her adopted son, 17-year-old Carlos Hallowell. Denise Hallowell was a special education teacher from Inverness, Florida. Being an adopted child herself, she decided to adopt two children, Carlos and Angel. Despite her best efforts, she had to let go of Angel due to his troubled nature. Despite Angel being the problem child, keeping Carlos with her turned out to be a mistake that would soon take a grave turn. As Carlos was the only person present at the crime scene, detectives brought him in for an interrogation. But when detectives started interrogating him, they were stunned by how far a teen would go to manipulate the truth.
Oh, man. Hold on, Carlos. Hey, going on, hanging in there, man?
Just trying to accept the fact.
Once again, my name is Detective Ramos, Lieutenant Balls. So the reason we brought you out here, and we're just trying to talk to you, see if you could, help us out and let us know what all took place.
Okay. My mother and I came back from the funeral, and we had lunch together. We had pie together, and the last time I saw her was around 2:33. We both went to our separate rooms to take our naps for the day, which is what we normally do. And then about a couple hours later, I don't remember the time, I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. So I walk out to the front door. My mom's door is closed as always, but she does let the dogs out every now and then while she's taking a nap to just let them go to the bathroom. So the front door was wide open. I figured she might have forgotten to close it. And I looked outside. Our dog, the 2 green gates that you guys walked through, completely open. Every now and then my mom sometimes does that. She's getting older and she forgets things very easily now. She was. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up to help me find them, and then I found her there.
What funeral did you go to?
We went to her friend's, Kathy, I forget her last name. It was in St. Petersburg. The whole family was there, close friend families. We weren't directly related to them.
Wasn't the funeral in the morning?
Yes, sir.
What time you guys got down to St. Pete?
Around 11, I think.
What time when you guys left from St. Pete?
I couldn't tell you. We just took off. After the funeral was over, we had brunch and then we left.
Where you guys having lunch at?
Also at the church. I forget the name of the church, but we had, all our family was there. We said hi to everybody.
So you had pie?
My mom and I stopped at her favorite place to stop to when she lived in St. Pete to get pie, and we brought him home with us. We both like to eat pie.
What kind of pie was that there?
She had, I forget what she had, something fancy. I always eat apple pie, and that's kind of like my mom's and I tradition thing.
Coast, just before we get any further into anything, we don't really know what we've got, okay?
Correct.
So,
I understand.
Anytime we talk to somebody, especially if we bring them down here, we read Miranda. Do you know what that is? Your rights.
Yes. Yes.
Probably seen it on TV. Doesn't mean you're in trouble. Doesn't mean anything. Right. It's what we do. Right. Especially 2 of us in here talking to you. Some people can get pretty uptight about it.
Right.
So we just want to make sure we read it, you understand it, and you know what your rights are. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Detectives started the conversation with Carlos to put him at ease, but little did they know that Carlos had already rehearsed his story well.
As soon as you got home, what happened from the funeral?
We ate pie. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple of things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
Did you talk to anybody at all on the phone?
No, I was texting my girlfriend, some friends about work. And that was pretty much it.
Where you work at?
I applied to the Cove and I was texting some buddies who work there and see if I can get some recommendations and stuff.
Oh, okay. You were texting your girlfriend throughout the day or after you were taking a nap or?
It was after the funeral. I texted her mainly, and then before I went to sleep for the nap, and then after that I was out.
How long was the nap, more or less?
Definitely slept for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then from there I just kind of like fiddled on my phone playing games.
So you was already awake then when the dogs were barking?
No, that did wake me up. I fell back to sleep. I woke up after about a 2-hour nap, played on my phone and fell back to sleep. Because my mom wasn't up yet. Usually when I hear her being up, then I go outside, but I didn't hear her up, so I'll just let her have her space.
So when you guys normally take spaces, do your naps, you guys don't talk to one another?
No, it's very common for us. We just like to have our own time throughout the day. because we do bicker and argue when we spend too much time together. So we've learned how to cope with it and just give ourselves space, and we get along fine.
Did you guys bicker, argue, anything today?
No, today was fine. Completely normal day. In fact, it was a really good day. We got pie. That was a special treat. So that was good.
Although Carlos is claiming it to be a normal day, he in fact had an argument with Denise. Moreover, throughout the interrogation, Carlos is visibly restless and anxious. This could be because he's desperately trying to hide the truth, and in doing so is over-explaining himself.
So you walk out, you see Noelle. So, oh man, Noelle. So you get out your fence, you walk around to her, and you scoot her in. You get her inside the house, you close the door.
Right.
Then from there, in the little gated area, did you ever leave that area? Or you stayed right there in that little gated area and just called for them?
No, I left. I went down the road because I usually can either find them at the gate or they'll be down to the neighbor's property, but I didn't feel like going all the way down there. So I was just be like, hey, Mom, you want to help me find the dogs? Because they don't go far.
So you went up to the front gate?
Correct.
Called them? Firecracker?
Yeah. And they didn't come back, so I walked back as well.
And what did you do then once you got back to the house?
I just walked inside and was going to get my mom up. Wanted to go help me find the dogs. And
so then what? You see her? What happened? What was your reaction? What was it that you was trying
to... Originally, I was shocked, but then I ran to her, shaked her a little bit, and then I could hear her breathing, and then I just started crying, yelling out, Mom, I'm getting help, called 911.
So when you come back in, was her door open or closed at that time?
Still closed.
It's still closed? So you open the door, see her. How did you call 911?
With my phone.
With your phone? So you saw her, shook her, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Told her, hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting help. I could still hear her breathing, so I immediately called 911. And the lady instructed me to stay out of the house.
So that's when you went out the house?
Yeah.
You went out to the front door? And then what happened?
And then I just waited for you guys to come, and she stayed on the phone with me. I was still also trying to find the dogs, because I didn't want everybody being all over the place while this was going on.
So you're on the phone with a 911 operator?
Yes.
Out front in a little gated area?
Yes.
And then what she's telling you?
She was telling me, give address, phone number, stuff like that. And then what was the emergency, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I'm going to stay on the line with you, trying to keep me calm.
And you just stayed right there? Or did you?
I had to go up to the gate to open it for the deputies to get through.
So the gate was closed then?
Correct. I just walked up, closed, came back.
Up until now, what Carlos said is quite believable. But there is something that really doesn't fit with his story. The barking dogs. Detectives now start to investigate about dogs' whereabouts, and they are soon going to find a huge lead.
So when the dogs got out, the gate was closed when the dogs got out?
Yeah, there's openings through there. They're small enough dogs, they just squeeze right through.
So then you went in, and that's when he came back and said, oh man, the gate's closed. I gotta go and open it. So you went over there and opened it for them?
Yes, because I remember from going up it was closed, and I was trying to get them in as fast as possible.
When did they show up, the dogs?
The dogs?
Yeah.
Halfway between you guys being there, they just came over from the neighbor's property. They got bored hanging out with those other dogs.
Which side? They came from the right side, left side?
If you're facing the road, it's on the right side.
So if I'm coming out your house, I would have to make a right?
Yeah. It's Amy Alfred's. They have outside dogs that they go bark at. Amy Alfred. She's a very close family friend as well. She's grown up there with my mom for years.
That's the house where basically Dodge ends at?
Yes.
What about the people on the left-hand side? That kind of almost intersect into your property.
It was the property of Gene and Jim Livingston. They got too old, and now it's their sons, I think. I forget his name. But that used to also be the hangout place, because when they were both alive and there, they were kind of like grandparents, and then when they moved out, just kind of no one really went on that property.
Which house does Rick stay at then?
Rick is on the one, if you're looking at the road to the left.
So where the older couple was at, where the son is moving into now or no?
No, the red gate where the deputies were right in front of, That's Rick's. The gate right before ours, I don't know if it's green or black, but that is the Livingston's, and then there's Amy Alfred's.
Carlos is weaving his story in detail, leaving no room for gaps. But this is a grave mistake. Any normal kid who lost his mother just a few hours ago should be too traumatized to serve such a detailed story.
What did you do after that when you saw her?
I shook her, like yelling, "Mom, mom, 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 wake up."
She was laying, so when you walk in the room, her back was towards you?
Yes.
And how did you shake her?
Like right on the side, like
on her ribs or something like that?
Yeah, where her arm was laying down like that, just, "Mom, you awake," and I could see blood running down her nose, but I could hear her still breathing.
That was the only time you touched her?
Correct.
You didn't like run around the room a few thousand times?
No.
I ran in, shook her, I'll be back.
Yeah, as soon as I ran in and I heard her still breathing, I thought there could be a chance. Ran straight to my room, grabbed my phone, ran outside, called, and then she instructed me to stay outside. But I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever.
Yeah.
Would never do such a thing like that. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
And I remember that CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopathic?
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now.
It's well known that a sociopath is a person with antisocial personality disorder, a mental health condition that involves a lack of empathy and has an innate desire to be in control. But Carlos losing his cool demeanor and being hyper as he is losing control of the narrative he tried to build, hinting at his sociopathic nature. However, it's rare for a detective to call out a suspect so directly, as it would prompt them to lawyer up and shut down the interrogation. So it can be assumed that the detective is intentionally pushing him to reveal his true colors, or has simply slipped up in the heat of the moment.
And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Yeah. Right.
So trying, how is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel?
Yeah, that's what a sociopath has the issues with.
Okay,
But
so you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
Well, do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time. And
okay.
It's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county. They can attest to that.
Do you think that people that love one another don't do the most extreme things to them?
Not like that, no.
It happens all the time, every day.
No.
That's what I just told you earlier, that it's usually like a loved one.
Okay, I would not do that. You ask anybody in this county. My mom and I were amazing. We would never do such a thing like that to each other at all. My mom would never hurt me like that, and I would never hurt her. You call me a sociopath or whatever you want. And I'm sorry for getting upset. But you please ask around. Ask anybody.
We're going to ask everybody.
Ask everybody. They will attest that I would never do that.
And I don't know what kind of son you were to her.
I loved her very much.
But we're going to peel this orange way back and look in nitty-gritty details.
Please. You can. And you'll find that I would never do this. I don't know who did.
The evidence is going to show us something.
Okay. That's fine. But I would not do this to my own mother.
Well, I'm throwing this out there because this is the time. Like, if you did something, this is the time to tell us. Because right now, you're telling us a story that you had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Okay? And if later on you come back and the evidence shows us something totally different, and you say, oh, Mom was a terrible mom, and she abused me, and we had a fight, and I did something stupid, you've already laying out this story right now.
Correct.
Which I can scrap. I can scrap that story if you have another story that's the truth. Okay?
No, this is the truth.
Because now is the time to tell us the truth.
This is the truth.
You remember when I was telling you, especially with the kids, if you don't come forward, you get in trouble, but not as much. But if we find out, remember that? That's the same thing. The same thing here. Same thing.
I'm telling you, this is my story, and it is the truth.
The detective can clearly foresee that Carlos is soon going to change his statement about his mother, but Carlos continues the argument. But what is utterly shocking to see that even in such an intense situation, he managed to take a nap in the interrogation room. As for the detectives, they now know who the real murderer is. All they need to do is indict him. 9 weeks after the first interrogation, in September 2019, detectives meet Carlos again, and this time they have all the evidence that proves Carlos' involvement in the crime.
Well, first we both get out of our dress suits and all that, get comfortable to our rooms. We let the dogs out to go pee one more time, for the first time. And then we sit down and eat pie, let them in. We keep eating our pie, and then we watched whatever was on TV and had a conversation. And that was pretty much it. And then we went to our rooms.
What was the conversation about?
It was about Kathy in the service.
Okay.
Just our own personal thoughts about it. It wasn't anything serious. I think it was mostly just about her when she was speaking the Bible verse. I don't remember the exact Bible verse, but it was just she was getting some things off her chest.
So everything was okay there. So, and then you said y'all went to go take your naps.
Correct.
From there, did you eat anything else other than pie?
Nope.
Did she eat anything else other than pie?
Not that I know. I just went to my room.
So you went to your room, and did you see her go to her room?
Yes, I watched her go into hers, and then as I'm in mine, I can hear her either come back out, I think once, and then go back to her room. But then after that, I was out.
Okay. And you said you were on your cell phone? Did you say that as well, or is that someone else? When you went to your room, you said you watched TV on your cell phone. You watched TV on your TV.
I had the TV on because I have sports on my TV, and I'll watch something else on my phone. So I always got sports in the background, so I can keep updated.
Right, back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you said, about how long do you think before you started taking that?
I don't know. It was like maybe 30 minutes, and I fell asleep.
30 minutes and fell asleep. And how long were you out for?
Say about an hour and a half, because I found her and reported it around, it was like 4. And then from there, I was just kind of like scrambling everywhere, and I lost track of time.
What happened around 4?
Is when I called in, I think. I don't remember specific times of what happened.
That's okay. I understand that. So you think you called 911 around 4?
I think so.
It was a lot later.
It was?
Yeah, it was a lot later. That's okay. I mean, that's not a big deal there. All right, so you said you slept, you think, for about an hour, hour and a half?
Yeah, about.
And then, but you were watching TV, your TV was on the whole time while you were sleeping, or did?
Oh yeah, it stays on. That's how I fall asleep. I fall asleep to the noise in the background. It's kind of white noise.
So did you wake back up once you fell asleep? When you woke back up?
Could you repeat that?
You said you fell asleep after about 30 minutes of being in there?
Yes.
So you got home around 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish, you think, roughly?
I think so, yeah, around there.
So 2:30 to 3, ate pie, so figure what, 4:30, you probably went and took a nap?
Yeah.
4:30, took a nap. So you slept for about an hour and a half, half an hour to an hour and a half?
Right.
So when you woke, did you only wake up once, and that's when you heard the dogs barking?
Yeah, I didn't fall back asleep, it was just once. Woke up, heard it, was like, okay, one of the dogs are out, don't know why.
Carlos continues to try outsmarting the detectives by retelling his version of the story. He remains calm and even manages to smile. But this time, he's more playful with his hands, which is a clear sign of anxiety. And he should be, because the detective is soon going to show him a piece of evidence that will change the course of the interrogation.
And then you went and said you got the dog. Did you, when you were out in the front yard by the gate to get the dog, well, not by the gate, by your window, correct? Was she still by your window when you went outside?
Yeah, the dog was just yapping around everywhere.
Over on that side by
where
the camper is, stuff like that?
Yeah, because we put our recyclables over there, so they always immediately go there.
Okay. So you just went straight there and then straight back to the front door, or did you walk around the house?
No, I went straight there, barking got one, and then I yelled the other 2 dogs' names, didn't hear them, so I figured they're already down the road.
Okay, so where'd you go from there?
Went to my mom's room.
So you got the dog in the house, went straight to your mom's room. Okay, and then that's when you found your mom. You said you called 911 and you walked outside?
Yeah, the operator told me not to be in the room, so she said leave the premises. I was like, out the house, open the gate, signal out down the officers or whatnot, so that's when I stayed out of the house.
Okay. So that's when you called 911. So you didn't go to the backyard at all?
No, no.
Okay. Now what about...
I could see it though, I mean, it was...
Right, you could see it from the side, but you
yeah.
never went back there?
No, I could definitely, that's why I didn't go. I was like, oh, no dog.
Okay.
It's all one big, like, very visual land. You can see pretty much
You
everything.
can see it's wide open. I haven't been inside, but I can see everything up there. Alright, so everything, you never went in the backyard at all. You just went inside, seen your mom. Your phone was already on you at that point?
Yeah, like always, it's usually on me.
Okay, and then you walked outside and called 911.
I called when I was there. I was in the room when I called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asking him about his 911 call in Denise's phone again and again is just setting a trap for him. When Carlos realizes his mistake, it'll be too late to undo it.
I don't know if they have that in like records, because I told them.
The call we do, yeah.
Yeah, I told them exactly what I saw and I was in the room. And that's when she told me to leave the house.
Now what about her phone?
Hers, usually it's by her nightstand, which is, like, if you're looking at the bed towards the window,
right.
It's on the right.
If you're looking at the bed.
So if you walk into the room, there's a door, you walk in, it'll be immediately on your left. But if you're sitting on the bed, it's on your right.
That's where she keeps her phone at?
Yeah.
Did you ever see her phone?
No.
Did you see her phone that day?
Yeah, she was on it. When we got home, she usually just turns it to do not disturb. Very private person. Do not disturb, and then goes in her room and just disappears.
So she'll put it on do not disturb, usually? Did you see her do it that day?
She had it on, like, the buzz, the vibrate, but I never saw her put it on do not disturb.
Okay. That's common for her?
That's very common. She doesn't like notifications.
Pain in the butt, I imagine. Okay.
Detectives have already found the phone at a nearby lake near Denise's house. It must have been Carlos who discarded Denise's phone along with the CCTV cameras. Now it's a game of whether he admits it sooner or later.
And then you call 911. Did you ever go out towards the front of the property at all?
Lakeside or?
Yeah, lakeside or the other front, towards the road, either way.
Towards the road, yes. Because she asked me where it's located, and I told her I had to open the gate because it was still closed for them to get back here. And then, so I ran all the way up there and all the way back. And of course, I was also looking for the dogs, so I had to go all the way up the road to find them, and then come back.
Did you get the dog? Did you find the dogs up the road?
No, I didn't. Once the officers came, I flagged them down, and they heard all the commotion around the house, and they came back, and I kind of got them from the fence, and then some of them came back through the front.
Okay. So they just they got there when deputies got there, basically. The dogs did?
Yeah, they just ran back because I heard commotion and things going on there.
Dogs return. That's just the two dogs. The other dog was back in the house?
Correct. The other one was
back in the gate?
Yeah, it was in the.
Okay. What was up with the side door? The side in the garage door?
Yeah, I don't know. I was out there like once earlier that day. I had to go get something out of the garage.
When was that?
Before we left.
Was it before you left that morning?
Yeah, and I don't remember what it was, so I might have not closed it all the way. And it sticks, which is it's a very annoying door. It always sticks. You have to take it and fully like yank on it. And even when you do, sometimes it's not all the way closed. So you get. I probably just did a left. I was like, screw it.
Did you go to work on the car when you all got home at all?
Which car?
Your car. You told I think Detective Ramos you may have worked on the car when you got home that afternoon. That's why the door may have been open.
Oh yeah, I take her on it a little bit because the door's being crunched in. I think I just got some stuff ready and out there.
When you got home that day?
Yeah, there was just small little things that I didn't really think were important. Like, like the vacuum. There's a vacuum we have little, and the window.
Shop vac?
Yeah, and the wind. Well, it's kind of smaller than that. It's kind of like a dust buster or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And the window is cracked in, so there's glass everywhere. So getting ready to clean it, but nap first. Spend time with my mom. So there's just small things like that.
That's what you did after you got home?
Yes, after we got home from the funeral.
Okay. What else do you remember you did you got home that you don't remember you told us?
You specifically, I remember I told Ramos that is the stuff in the shed. I was in the shed previously. We had tree work to do. The neighbors, if you ask them, I'm pretty sure they'll remember, they asked us to remove a tree that fell on the fence. So we had to cut it up, move it, and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I was kind of in there already getting stuff, making sure all my tools were ready to go, nothing was broken.
And you were doing that after you got home from the funeral?
Yeah, just briefly, got out of the car. My mom was taking care of the dogs and such. Letting them out, going in the house, opening things up, and I just went, got stuff done. Okay, this is ready for when we're ready to work, and then mark inside. Just kind of small things that I get done usually around the house when we go home.
Anything else you did?
No, that was pretty much it. Just the car, the shed, and that's it.
As the detective is asking Carlos minute details of the day, he starts rubbing his chin and running his fingers through his hair, once again revealing his nervousness and anxiety. And just when Carlos thinks he has successfully covered all the tracks, the detectives start revealing their cards.
On your phone itself, it also tracks your GPS locations, so I can track your entire track around your yard.
Like movement?
Yes, everything. So, I mean, some of the stuff you told me is true, and some of the stuff not so true.
Like, what's up?
Like where all you went while you were on the phone. Because you were on the phone with 911 for a few minutes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it tracks everywhere you went the entire time you were on the phone and the entire time when you weren't on the phone.
Right.
So as you said, you carry the phone with you everywhere, just like typical. Pretty much all young people these days don't leave without it.
So yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So it tracks everywhere you went. It says you were down by the lake area.
For when?
At that time, while you were in that whole time frame from when you called 911 on.
I didn't go down by the lake. I could see it. I didn't go down there.
It tracks you all the way down there. GPS. I mean, it looks like they connect the dots the entire way.
Well, I don't remember being down there at all. I don't, because there's no reason for me to be down there.
Right.
Everything's in the house or has to be up front because the cops were coming that way. Or the dogs were up there.
I mean, it's like when you first called 911, so it's not like it's been a few minutes. You're down there shortly after you called 911.
Right.
I know it's taken apart.
Is that the camera that's hanging up?
That was outside?
Yeah, it's facing towards the...
So does that look familiar to you?
No, sir.
Remember the small cameras you said were in the house? This camera was
just one.
outside of here.
Okay, then yeah, it's one of the ones that are facing towards the window.
Guess how many we found?
How many?
How many do you think we would have found?
One?
No.
If there's only one in the house?
No, you know there's one in the house.
No, sir, I know of one.
Didn't your mom show you the videos of the dogs and stuff?
Yeah, from the one that's facing the door. You can see them watching outside when we roll up. You can see them barking at the door.
There's 3 cameras in the house.
Okay.
I found 3 cameras in the house. I actually found one of them.
Okay.
And then, guess what else? What else do you think we could have found in the lake that day? I'm just trying to ask you, just to help me out here.
Yeah, I understand. And I don't know.
You don't know what else we could have found out there?
No, I'm going to assume her phone since she's got the camera.
Because somebody said you're the only one there.
I'm not.
Because nobody else at all could have done this.
Does that mean I'm going to jail straight after this?
Well, we should try to figure all this stuff out, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, I just want to understand because you guys saying there's no one else that got that. I mean,
There's no one else that could have done it but you.
Right, so what are you guys
And that's what I'm trying to figure out what happened that day. It depends on, did you have a good reason for what happened?
I don't remember. That's the thing, is I don't remember. I just remember that a couple days before, my mom was being very physically, verbally attacking. And of course, she definitely let me have it when she caught me sneaking Bryce on it. I think she yelled at me worse than I thought I deserved.
Was that Friday or was that Saturday? It was probably Friday, the day before the
Probably Friday, yeah. I don't remember exactly the day, but it was worse than I thought was really deserved.
Right.
Because I thought it was just gonna be maybe a whole hour's worth of her telling me she's disappointed, she's pissed off, blah blah blah. But I remember it being a whole half a day spiel. I left my room, she's like, "What the f are you doing now?" And I tried to leave my room.
So you're pretty much grounded.
Yeah, for that day, apparently. For the half the day, I couldn't do anything, and then I think at night I went out and snuck out and hung out with some friends.
So, like I said, that's all I'm trying to figure out.
I don't understand.
Somebody can help you on this. Something
Like we spoke, man. Just honesty is gonna go and set you free, bro. It's gonna just lighten up all this. Like I said, we all do shit. Pressure bust by. We do accidents we don't mean to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think it was about 30 minutes before we got home. Because I remember we resolved it when we got home. Because if you look at the tapes, we were fine. I think it was like 30 minutes before we got home. But my mom was starting to get really, really verbally abusive towards me about WTC. Because I was telling her maybe I didn't want to do it in August. Maybe I wanted to do it in January.
Takes some time.
Yeah. And she let me have it. Big time. She was calling me a disappointment again, and then was threatening to like no longer pay for any of my college and just kick me out immediately as soon as I turned 18. Which that's like normal things happen. Like you turn 18, time to go. Yeah, so that I wasn't really too worried about that. And then she was like saying stuff like, I hope that it's like I hope you do bad, stuff like that. But it didn't escalate until I just was like, geez, calm down. Because whenever I tell her to calm down,
I pushed her button.
You don't tell a woman to calm down.
I know, so I'm like, so it was like, it was getting pretty bad, and I was like, geez, well, all right, calm down, I get the point, I understand, but I just think I need time, because I remember specifically, I told her I just needed time. I'll work, I would work and save up to pay half the schooling, fine, I don't care. I just need that time between now to August, to January, because I'm not even 18 yet. I'd prefer to be 18, and then start, and then go.
Yeah.
Be good to go. So she wasn't having it at all. And she never laid a hand on me, but she was very verbally abusive. And I remember, I do remember being in tears by the time that conversation ended. And by the time I was crying pretty heavy, she stopped. And I don't remember anything from that day. Anything bad happening from that day.
And that was before y'all got home.
And that was about 30 minutes before we got home.
But as the detectives start pushing him, he starts losing control of his story once more. It's just a matter of time before he slips up unknowingly, which will be enough to send him to jail.
I don't have an exact memory of it, so I don't want to say.
Okay, the best your memory.
Best of my memory, walked in the house with the axe, with not the intent of doing that, but I think my intent was kind of like, okay, Mom, I think we need to get to work, because it was getting kind of late. I do know that it was getting late, and my mom doesn't like to work past a certain time. She wants to be out in her bed. And then I guess it just kind of boiled over. I don't know if something was said. Because usually I try to talk to her. I'll say, hey Mom, get up. We gotta go to work. Or hey Mom, we gotta do some stuff. So I don't know if I did that and she made a remark that kind of pushed me over the edge, or if it just all played through.
So after you hit her with the axe, is that when you called 911 right after?
Immediately.
Right after you hit her?
Right after. I went, bam, it was like phone, 911, checked her breathing, pulse. But as soon as I saw blood running through her nose, I knew there was nothing I could do. So then I was just...
You feel bad if you did it?
Excuse me?
You feel bad it happened?
Yeah, big time. And it's been killing me, eating me inside really bad.
I can imagine. You want to tell somebody, you can't.
Well, the thing is, I didn't want to tell at the beginning because I didn't know exactly for a fact. And then after a while, it was just replaying in my head. I'm like...
But you did call 911, try to get her help right away?
Immediately. I'm pretty sure... damn, I took the cameras down. No, they were still up when I called. Immediately, as soon as it happened, I called 911.
The secrets are out, and there's no going back now. He admits arguing with his mother on the day of the murder, but arguing with Denise was not new. Perhaps it was that particular day when his bottled-up emotions took over, pushing him to such an extreme. Being a sociopath, Carlos is incapable of acknowledging his own faults. Although Carlos confessed his crimes, it appears that he's still hiding the complete truth. He claimed that he called 911 immediately, but the evidence tells a different story. Detectives retrieved his digital footprint using his mobile's GPS tracker, and an unbelievable discovery. Carlos was by the lake destroying evidence while making the 911 call. With all the evidence in hand, along with Carlos's confession, officers presented him in the court. On September 14, 2021, Carlos was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Because he was a minor at the time of the crime, he was ineligible for the death penalty. However, the cruelty of the crime, particularly the size of the axe Carlos used, made the presiding judge call Carlos an incorrigible offender and described him as unlikely to benefit from rehabilitation due to his psychopathic tendencies. The judge further stated that Carlos's behavior was a culmination of his desire for control over his mother's assets and highlighted his dangerous nature as cited by mental health experts. His actions were clearly premeditated and not driven by any sudden emotional outburst. In a jail interview, when asked why he committed the murder, he failed to provide a proper explanation, making it more likely that this brutal murder stemmed from his sociopathic nature. It could also have been considered a manifestation of schizoid personality disorder, where one fails to form attachments and feels no guilt whatsoever.
So now what you're doing is you're just selling me a load of bullshit. You're basically pissing on my back and telling me it's right here.
But I'm telling you, there was a fourth person in that car.
Some of the things that we want to talk about here today is basically clarification on some of the stuff from the incident with Noah Smith from January. Okay, so we have spent obviously hundreds, thousands of hours collecting all the information from everybody that was there, all the cameras, all the cell phone records, all the Instagram records, all that. So there's some inconsistencies in what you told us that we need to clarify, okay? Now, I want to ask you one more time, who was in the car the night when you left Rose Petal Drive and you went down to Pinell that ultimately ended up with Noah Smith passing away?
Some dude that I didn't know, and then it was me, Dre, and Pooh.
Okay, where were you seating?
On this, behind the dude on the left side, from the dude that I didn't know.
Okay, so who was in the front seat?
I think Pooh and Dre was on the right side of me.
Okay, so this is that, and I'm glad that's the first thing you said, because this is the inconsistencies that we have, okay? So we've met with Dre, and we've also met with Tyrese.
Okay.
All right, they have made it very clear exactly what occurred that night. And what we've determined is that you're being less than honest with us. Yes, about who was in the car that night and wherever he was seen.
No, sir.
Well, all the evidence would suggest that you're not telling us the exact story. We know that there was only 3 people in the car that night. So this guy that you've talked about, this guy with the wigs that was supposed to be driving the car, we can tell at this point for sure that that person does not exist. Okay, we know who was driving because they've told us out of their own mouth that they were driving. Devondre Williams, in an interview with his mom and us, sat there and told us very clearly that he drove the car down to Pinell that night. Okay, and he said very clearly that only him, you, and Tyrese Patterson were in that car.
It's not true.
Okay, well, in an independent, separate conversation with Tyrese Patterson today, Tyrese Patterson confirmed that Devondre Williams was driving, and then you and Tyrese Patterson were on the right side of the car. Okay, so we have witnesses, cameras, cell phone records. When phones are in a car with each other, they communicate with each other, and they can kind of tell who's all touching each other's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all this. And there is no 4th phone in the car, no 4th person. How would you say that? Okay, are you sure you're talking about the same night that I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you what they told us. They told us that Devondre was driving the car, you guys leave Rose Petal, you drive down to Pinell. Tyrese says that you guys were going to his grandma's house to pick up some weed. You pass the block, Terrell Sampson standing on the corner, Terrell starts shooting at you guys. You make the block, come around, shots were returned at Terrell Sampson. Okay? We've been told that Devondre Williams had a gun, but he did not shoot anybody that night. Okay, so Devondre was driving, Tyrese was in the back seat on the passenger side, and you were in the front on the passenger side. Okay? Shots were fired at Terrell Sampson. Nobody hit Terrell Sampson. All right, some would say unfortunately. I don't want to say that, but some would say that.
That's not the truth.
Okay. Well, we have also reviewed all your Instagram stuff, your cell phone. We've gone through everything. There's no mention of any 4th person. We interviewed everybody that was at the house that night. We talked to Adrian, Crystal, Glib, Nevaeh, everybody clearly states that there was no fourth person in the car that night. It was just the three of you. Now, what you're risking is, if this is not true, what you're risking is now you have become the only person that's not telling the truth about this.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
There was 4 people in that car.
Okay.
The detective lays it all out. Step by step, he walks Stephen through the events of January 12th, establishing a timeline. Every turn of the SUV, every word from Instagram Live. It's all there. Nothing is left to the imagination. And the real punch? Tyrese Patterson and Devondre Williams have already cracked. They've confessed, and their stories perfectly align with the timeline the detective now presents. It seems like it feels like a classic checkmate, but somehow Stephen still won't fold. Whether it's fear, pride, or pure stubbornness, he clings to denial and his story of the imaginary fourth person in the car. As if lying about the fourth person wasn't enough, Stephen is going to dig his own grave with even more arrogance.
Tyrese Patterson just told me 5 minutes ago that if Dre was driving, Dre hands him a gun, you have your own gun, and you and Tyrese fire at Terrell.
Of course they're going to try to put me in it.
Well, Dre said the same thing.
Of course they're going to try to put me in it. They both got a lot against me.
What does Dre have against you? It seems like you and Dre are pretty tight.
Well, I had gave them the house, like I said, because they didn't have nowhere to stay. You feel me? And none of them was paying bills, so I had to dismiss it. You feel me? Because nobody was paying bills. So they was pretty much had to find their own way of doing things. And since I was moving, nobody was gonna have nowhere to go. You feel me? But I wanted to stay somewhere where nobody was finna pay the bills and I'm just paying by myself.
Fair.
So, and
that would lead them to tell on themselves and implicate themselves in a homicide?
Because they're already in some stuff. So of course they're gonna try to drag whoever they can into it.
Well, I'll use this word because this is exactly what happened. But Tyrese Patterson confessed to shooting and accidentally hitting Noah Smith today.
Okay.
Dre confessed to driving the car. After Terrell Sampson shot at the car, Dre says he looped around the block, gave the gun to Pooh, you and Pooh shoot down the block. Okay?
That's still not true.
All right. Well, there was 2 guns used in the shooting.
Okay.
We're being told that both guns were given to you to get rid of. Okay?
That's crazy.
That's what they're saying. Listen, I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not a magician, unfortunately. I can't tell you exactly what happened. I can only tell you what we're being told. And that is what we're being told, and it matches up with the evidence a heck of a lot more than this guy that you're saying that you don't know, you've never met before, and just happens to show up the night that there's a shooting in Benel. And
I understand what you're hearing, I understand what I'm risking.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there was a 4th person in that car.
Okay.
And I know where I was sitting, and I know exactly what I saw, you feel me?
Okay.
Stephen now claims he was the one sheltering Tyrese and Devondre, and that he gave them a place and paid their bills. But as he's on the hot seat, he says they've turned on him out of spite. Maybe there's some truth in that grudge. But here's the thing. Holding a grudge is one thing, but admitting to a killing? That's something entirely different. Tyrese has already admitted to pulling the trigger that struck Noah Smith, calling it an accident in the heat of a gang-fueled crossfire. The pieces line up, yet Stephen continues to hold back. But why? Why would he be deflecting if he didn't pull the trigger?
So, what do you know about this 4th person?
Nothing. I just know that he had wicks. I ain't never seen him before.
So what?
The first time I seen him, like I said, because Pooh came to the house with him and they asked us, because it was just me and Dre at the house at first. Well, and besides the other people that was there, you feel me? And he came and he asked us, do we want to smoke? And I said, yeah. You feel me? So we all got in the car. And then, like I said, we went to Benel and we started smoking. And that's when all of that stuff happened.
And what? So the Pooh was at the house all day?
No, Pooh was not at the house all day.
Where was he?
I don't know. But
So
it
you
wasn't
guys
at the house all day. Dre, it was like I said, it was me. It was Lil. No, Lil wasn't there. It was me. It was Nevaeh. It was Adrian. And then there was Dre. You feel me? I don't know where Pooh was all day. But
well, we have videos from your Instagram Live.
He wasn't there all day.
Well, he puts you guys in Benel on the corner of South Peach Street and East Bowie Street at around 11 a.m. and you're singing your song, smoking, Pooh's in the driver's seat, Dre's in the back. You guys were just posted up on the corner waiting for somebody to pull up, right? Nobody pulls up. You guys leave around 5 o'clock. You guys meet up with Ed Boy at the gym and y'all had him running, right? Somebody pulled the gun on him, where I don't know about that. But Ed Boy's at the gym. Y'all had him running. Ed Boy. This is the whole Instagram live video that we had seen. A 15-minute video of you and Pooh in the driver's seat of this Kia. And y'all are both pointing guns at the phone saying, you know, the ops basically, that Ed Boy's bitch, rods, like pull up then, all this taunting sort of. And then that means Pooh's at your house a couple of hours before you guys roll out to Benel. You guys are together. The phones match up together all day long. So later on, Pooh is sleeping or high or whatever. Dre drives the Kia. You guys go down to Benel together. This guy, this fourth guy, is not on any videos, no record of him anywhere. Tyrese Patterson, without explaining to him what you said, tells us very clearly, this is what happened that night. Dre's driving. Creek is in the front. I'm in the back. We'll go down there. We're not looking for trouble. Terrell shoots at us. We come back, and we let off rounds at Terrell. And somehow,
I hear what you're saying.
Noah got hit.
But I'm telling you, there was a fourth person in that car.
Okay.
And Dre was not driving.
Okay.
Dre was right next to me.
Okay. And did Dre shoot?
Like I said, I didn't see. You feel me? I was too busy hearing the gun sounds and putting my head down.
Okay, so everything is on Pooh. Pooh's fault for everything. You think Pooh should get charged with murder?
Like I said, he just admitted to you he was shooting, you feel me?
Okay.
But like I said, there was a fourth person in that car. Like I said, I remember, I know what I've seen.
Okay.
Remember?
And you sure you're not confusing it with some other night?
No, I'm sure.
Because I know you guys have done, you guys have ridden around there a few times.
No, I'm sure.
Okay. Now, the next, a couple hours later, you hit up, and I know you used to be affiliated with G and all that, right? So a couple of hours later, you hit up your boy on Instagram and you tell him that you need some help. You gotta get out of town or something. And dude can't talk on the phone for some reason, so he's like, just code it out, right? So then you write 211 on a norm. You write 2-11 on a norm, N-O-R-M. What does 211 on a norm mean to you?
Help. Somebody trying to kill me.
Okay. Are there any other lies you want to sit here and look at me in the face and disrespect me like that? You want to just get that out of the way? Because 211, yes you are. 211 on a norm does not mean help, okay? If you don't think that we have access to all this old school GD that we can just pull up.
But that's old. That's not.
Oh, the new. So okay, so
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and disrespect.
No, that's exactly what you're doing.
I'm trying to go home.
I'll tell you what you are. Is that you're a very bright young man.
Okay.
You come from a good family. Okay. You have a good situation at home. You have a stepdaughter. You have a girl that's probably willing to marry you someday. Okay. Now that girl also drove a car that ended up killing Kamarian. Right. Now your girl is also facing charges for murder.
The detective plays it wisely, a clear sign of his experience. He has all the evidence to prove Stephen's guilt, but what he's really after is full closure from Stephen. So he brings up the one person Stephen never expected to be dragged into this mess, his girlfriend. Stephen may still try to deny it, but what comes next is something he never saw coming.
So now what you're doing is you're just selling me a load of bullshit. You're basically pissing on my back and telling me it's right here. And I'll tell you this right now. 211 on a norm does not need help. Everybody knows that, okay? I know what the second letter of the alphabet is, and I know what the 11th letter of the alphabet is, all right? And I know in my mind what on a norm means, okay? And we have ran this by multiple GDs, both old and young. We ran it by the gang investigators. So I know what 211 means. 211 means blood killing, okay? On a norm means civilian, somebody that's not affiliated, not associated, okay? That's what that means. That's what you wrote a couple of hours afterwards. To me, that means that you knew for sure that this boy was dead and that you needed help to get out of town, right? Because what happened was you guys killed a normal person. That's what it means, okay? You were in the car when this guy died. I'm not saying you shot him.
No, I'm telling you, like I said, help. I need help.
Right. 211 means blood killer. Right?
I don't know, dude.
You don't know what 211 means?
Bro, I'm not even like banging like that.
You used to be.
Yeah, I used to be.
Listen, man, in your music videos and all the shit that you claim, that's a different persona
I hear what you're saying.
than the Stephen Monroe that's crying to me, begging for help.
Yeah, I understand what
That's a different person.
Okay.
Okay? So you got to decide which person are you going to be right now, because today is the day.
Me, Stephen.
Right.
I'm not. That's
Well, I'll tell you what, in about 6 minutes, the whole world is going to find out what's happening with all this.
I understand what you're saying.
All right? Because in 6 minutes, we're going live with local news all over the state of Florida. You need to decide right now, are you going to be the only one that has a different story that's not true?
That's the truth, though.
That's
all
not
I can only tell you.
Devondre confessed to driving the car.
I hear what you're telling. I hear
And
what you're
Pooh
saying.
confessed to being in the back and shooting. You need to tell me the truth. The truth that happened that night is that you guys go down there, you're in the front seat, you have your Glock on you, this boy shot at you and tried to kill you. You guys pull around and you shot at him back. Was it self-defense?
I never had a gun, bro. And I wasn't sitting in the front seat. I know where I was sitting.
Okay, so all the other videos of you having a gun a couple of hours beforehand, days beforehand, weeks beforehand, all these guns that you're playing with all the time, right? The guns that all your roommates tell us that you have. All these things. This is the one time you guys decide to go down to op territory and not have your pole?
That's it. It's Dre gun. Like I said.
Which one?
Whatever gun that y'all talking about.
Okay.
Any of them guns.
I'm not saying who
Dre
owns
stuff.
the gun. I don't care who
I
owns the gun.
understand what you're saying.
You shot down the
But
block
I'm
that
telling
night.
you, no, I didn't.
Steven, you are going to fuck yourself because you're the only one lying.
Okay.
You're the only one lying. Why the f- would you be the only one lying in this scenario?
I hear what you're saying.
No, I don't think you do, man. I don't know if you think this shit is just fake, but it ain't.
Okay.
Tyrese is in the other room, a couple rooms down. He's getting arrested for first-degree murder as we
I hear
speak.
what you're saying, dude. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, I don't.
What you're saying, but I do.
Stephen, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. The state attorney's office is not very happy with the fact that you're making up this fourth person and that you're putting somebody else in this mess that doesn't need to be involved, because you guys need to be held accountable for your actions, okay? Devondre Williams is driving, Tyrese Patterson shot, and you shot. How many times did you shoot? That is the big question.
I didn't shoot.
Okay, well, you shot a Glock that night.
No, I didn't.
Okay, there's witnesses there, and there's two co-defendants in the car.
I hear what you're saying. Of course, they're going to try to drag me in something because they already in some.
They told on themselves. They don't have to drag you in enough.
Yes, the fuck they do, because they don't want to go down by themselves.
They don't give a
Exactly.
No, Dre doesn't want to go down whatsoever. Right? So he says you shoot, and he says Pooh shoots. Pooh, this morning, he just out of anger, we slide him a piece of paper that says you have a warrant for your arrest for murder. He's like, F that, I'm not the only one going down for this. I'll tell you what happened. He tells us the whole story, and it exactly matches up with the evidence. Exactly.
I hear what you're saying, but
What you're saying does not make any sense.
it
No
might not
driver.
make sense. It
You
might
said
not
a
make
driver
sense,
shot
but
out
I'm
the
telling
driver's
you.
seat, right? You said a driver shot the opposite direction. This driver, this guy.
Because he did.
So he shot down the other end of the block where there was no ops at?
Bro.
Why would he do that?
Yes, but now, bro, they just trying to wet shit up. They just trying to kill people. They don't care about anything.
Oh, they don't.
What I'm telling you, bro. That's all I can tell you.
What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
I didn't shoot any guns.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. And I'll tell you what, the caliber of the gun makes a big difference in this situation.
I understand what you're
Okay,
saying.
no, I don't think you do exactly, okay? Because, listen, ultimately, Noah was shot and killed with a specific type of bullet, okay? And I think you know whose gun killed Noah Smith.
The detective doesn't flinch. He's done playing nice. One by one, he slams down the evidence and confessions from Tyrese and Devondre. Every single piece fits together like a puzzle, and each one slices deeper into Stephen's fabricated tale. Still, Stephen keeps trying to spin the story, clinging to the idea of a mysterious fourth person in the car. He is clearly trying to manipulate the moment like he's still got the upper hand. But soon, this wannabe gangster is about to have a full-blown reality check and turn into a crybaby.
Right? Now, what I'm telling you is that there was multiple shell casings on scene from two different guns. DNA has been recovered from those shell casings. Okay? The DNA is being sent off, and we're going to compare it to yours. I'll tell you, I'll bet you $1 million that your DNA is all over those shell casings. Those are guns that you've handled multiple times.
Yeah, I touched it.
Right, you touched it, sure. Those are guns that you've handled. You're in the car. This boy gets shot. Pooh shoots a gun down the street. He told us what type of gun it was. You shoot a gun down the street. You need to tell me what type of gun that is, because we need to figure out if your bullet is the one that killed Noah or not. Because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, that is a massive factor in this case. Do you want to just be somebody in the car that was shooting at Terrell? Terrell don't want to press charges. Terrell's going down for this shit too. You think Terrell's going to come in here and say, oh, yeah, I want to press charges against Stephen Monroe for shooting at me? Nobody gives a f about that. Everybody just wants everybody to be held accountable for what they did during the Noah Smith case. All right? And you were in that car. You shot a gun down the street. I know you shot a Glock. I want to know what caliber it was. 2 options. Because this kid was hit with a specific type of bullet. And if you say the right one, you might be all right. I know this is tough, man. I get it. Because you've thought to yourself 1,000 times. You've played it over with Donna. This is what we're going to say. You've talked about it with Dre. This is what we're going to say. All right? And now is crashing down on everybody because nobody was able to stay 10 toes down and keep it 100. That's not the way things work, bro. That's not the way it works. All we had to do was slide a piece of paper across the table to Tyrese, and Tyrese flipped immediately. We picked up Dre on some bullshit charge. He comes in with his mama, and he is spilling the beans immediately. You're the only one that's lying. And the opinion of most people, and I'm talking about a jury, let's say, 12 people are going to sit there, and they're going to listen to sweet little 80-pound Devondre Williams say, this is what I did, I'm really sorry for my actions. Tyrese Patterson's going to say, this is what I did, I didn't mean to kill Noah, it was an accident. And then you're going to get up there and say, actually, there was some fourth guy with Wicks, and he did that, and I was just minding my own business in the backseat, when everybody knows it's not true, man. You have to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth, Stephen. Think about what your parents are going to say about this, man. Your parents are good people, man. We know what you did, and it's all going to come out. It's just a matter of fact of whether or not you are going to be honest about it and ask for forgiveness, or you're just going to be the guy that lies and says, I don't want to be held responsible for what I did. And that is not the right place to be. What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
Stephen is clearly broken, and the weight of his guilt is crushing him. The detectives see it, and they know this is the moment to push for the truth, and the secret is finally about to come to light.
Stephen, listen. It's all right. Listen, you're a grown man, okay? You got to make a choice right now. Okay, I understand. You have to make a choice right now. Are you going to be painted out to be a liar, or are you going to stand up here like a man and say exactly what you did and let the chips fall where they may? I understand. Listen, man, I know you're scared. I know you are scared. Listen, this is not where you need to be right now.
I don't know what kind of gun it was. I really don't.
Okay. There's 2 options, Stephen. Was it a 40 caliber or was it a 9mm? Which one did you shoot that night? Okay, whose gun was it?
All of them were Dre's.
They were all Dre's. They were all Dre's, both guns? Did Dre give his gun to Pooh?
I said I didn't see all of that.
Okay. Now, I want to try this again, all right? And we're on the right path now. Where exactly were you seated in the car? Tell the truth.
In the front seat.
Okay. Who was driving?
Dre.
All right. And where was Pooh sitting?
In the back seat.
Okay. And then you guys go down there. Why were you guys going down there now?
To smoke.
Okay. So then, did you see Terrell Sampson shoot at your car? You did. Did you know it was Terrell Sampson? But you just heard the gunshots? Okay. How did we find out it was Terrell Sampson that was shooting at you guys? How did you find out, not me?
Because people were talking about me.
Okay. So when you guys come around the block and you guys start letting off fire down the block. What was the intended target? Was it Noah Smith? Did you guys try to shoot and kill Noah Smith? No?
I don't know if that's what they're aiming for.
You don't know that who was aiming for? Okay, who were you aiming at? Huh? You were aiming at Terrell? Did you see him standing out there? Did he still have a gun when he was standing out there? Okay, did you think he was going to shoot at you? You did. Okay. How many times did you shoot? This is the big important question. Just one time? And you can't remember what kind of gun you had? And listen, you've already done a really good job, okay? But I do think, listen, relax, man. I do think that you know exactly what gun you had because I believe that that's your gun.
I don't know what kind of gun
Okay. All right, listen, relax. Hey. Okay, I know you don't want to be here, man. Nobody wants to be here. I get that. I completely get that. Tyrese just got hit with a murder charge, bro.
I just don't want to be in this situation. I'm just trying to protect myself.
I get it. You're trying to protect yourself. I understand that. And listen, you have an attorney that you can explain all this to, but you have to be honest with your attorney too. How is your attorney going to rightfully defend you if you're not telling him exactly what happened? And then you're letting the police find out all the information and find out all the details to make you look like a liar. And then how is anybody going to feel bad for you if you're just sitting up here telling things that aren't true? That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Okay?
Yeah, bro. I just thought I was in myself.
Okay. Well, you were scared enough to shoot into a crowd of people.
I didn't shoot because people.
You shot at somebody. Right. There was multiple people out there, and you were far enough away where unless you're some military sniper, you run the risk of hurting somebody else. It would have been one thing if you guys would have returned fire immediately, but to wait 30 seconds, come around the block, and spray down the block, that's a big, big problem.
I'm just sprayed. I just shot one time.
Yeah, well, the car did.
Who did?
Okay, well, Pooh will be held accountable for that. He's already been charged this morning.
So basically, there ain't y'all could do, and you just wanted to get that out of me so that you could charge me.
You're already being charged. We didn't just make this up as we were sitting.
No, I
This is
understand what
already
you're
done.
saying, but either way,
At the end of the day,
I'm not going to be helped regardless.
well, Stephen, we can't help you. What we do is we collect evidence and give it to the state attorney's
Y'all
office.
can't help me at all, bro.
What?
Or you won't help me.
No, that's not true. What we are not allowed to help you. We can't offer you anything. I can't promise you.
That, bro.
Right, but what you need to do is, no, that's not true at all, man. They go back and forth all the time. Your attorney can communicate with our attorney. You guys can make up some sort of situation on how this all gets resolved. It has nothing to do with us at that point. Our job is done. We've collected the evidence and given it to the state. The state attorney's office felt there was enough probable cause to charge you with homicide today. That's all we're saying.
Steven's tears won't stop, and the weight of his actions is finally sinking in. He's no longer trying to manipulate or dodge the truth, but the detectives know there's still something he's holding back, and that one final piece is still missing. Now, they're about to ask him one last time to confess.
Steven, look at me for a second. I think you told us a lot of stuff here today. That was pretty accurate. Are you 100% sure you don't remember what caliber gun you fired? I mean, now that we're being honest with each other.
Man, I'm sure I remember.
Steven, I still think you know.
I don't.
And it wasn't your gun.
No. I don't know what happened to mine. I didn't even have guns at the train and came to my house.
And you don't know where those guns are now, or where you've been with?
No.
I'm telling you though, when we find those guns, if we can prove that it was you who hid them or didn't give them over to law enforcement, that's not going to be good for you.
I understand.
I hope so. Yep. All right. Deputy Hagerty's going to take you, man.
Stephen's confession remains incomplete as he chose to hold back one key bit of information, and that was where he hid the guns. But fortunately, detectives found all the answers at the end as they secured the guns used in the crime and the CCTV footage that captured the incident. Investigators found 6 shell casings, 5 from a 9mm gun, and 1 from a .40 caliber gun. 2 years later, a friend of Stephen was found with a .40 caliber Glock 23 in Castleberry, Florida. Stephen Monroe was charged with first-degree murder for his role in the crime. His trial was held in February 2025. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Eye to eye. There's nothing I know about this. Nothing.
This is 17-year-old Javarcy Tapley, who murdered his cousin Caleb Short. However, he didn't stop there. He also killed Caleb's mother, Gloria Short, and his 10-year-old niece, Gianna. But why would he kill his own family? This discovery was made on January 4th, 2016, when Caleb's father, Robert Short, came home from work and was met with a horrifying scene. His entire family was lying dead in a pool of blood.
Please send someone, please. I want to kill my family.
Someone killed your family?
Somebody killed my came home, my family's dead.
When the detectives brought Javarcy into the interrogation room, they confronted a very stubborn suspect who was continuously trying to outsmart them.
You want to kill an innocent child?
No, sir, I would not.
A person like you won't kill a grandmother?
No.
Javarcy Tapley is a 17-year-old who grew up together with his cousin Caleb Short and his family in Upatoy, Georgia. But unknown to the others, jealousy was building up inside Javarcy's heart, and this jealousy would soon destroy the happiness of the entire family. On January 4th, 2016, after the tragic 911 call, officers arrived at the scene only to witness that the house had become a place of horror. But despite the grim circumstances, the officers pushed forward and interviewed a heartbroken Robert.
So I went in. My wife was laying in the hallway, face down. And stuff was scattered everywhere. And I checked the pulse and no pulse.
Now, when you say you check the pulse, where you check a pulse at?
Carotid.
Carotid order.
And I saw my granddaughter laying in the living room, face up, and I checked her pulse, and she was cold. And I started running through the house looking for my son, calling his name. He wasn't in his room. So I ran back out into my room and found him in my bedroom closet, tied up.
Take your time.
I didn't check the house no further. Then I came back out and I went back in and checked him again.
So you say you came back out?
I came back out to my wife and then I went back and checked on him and I couldn't get him back up. Then I started trying to call 911. I haven't taken a couple of minutes to call 911 because I was also.
Now, with your son, did you check his pulse also?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that your granddaughter, you check her pulse.
Yeah.
When the detectives couldn't find any useful information from Robert, they started digging into Caleb's close contacts. They searched through Caleb's phone, and the last person he had contacted was his cousin, Javarcy Tapley. The entire Short family was butchered brutally, and the murder scene was disturbing enough to unnerve even the most hardened officers. Adding to the unnerving circumstances, there was no CCTV footage or any witness to the crime. The only lead the detectives managed to secure was Caleb's contact list and the one name that stood out. With that, they brought in Javarcy as their primary suspect, since he was the last one to call Caleb.
First of all, I want to thank you, for, coming down, cooperating with us and, willing to help us with what's been going on. We just want to try to, meet with some of the family members, just want to see what information that they have or anything that they do. Tell me about Caleb. Who is he to you, first of all?
My cousin.
What type of kid was Caleb?
Caleb, now his mouth can be a little, but Caleb was the sweetest kid you'll ever meet, sir. The sweetest kid.
Okay, he was real sweet.
He'll never harm anybody else. Of course, you know, everybody talk a little smack every now and then. I do it myself. I'm pretty sure you do it from time to time, but any other than that, Caleb didn't have no problems with anybody, not that I know of. Basically, I was his only kind of brother figure in his life.
Right.
And he was kind of only mine, because me and him used to go on vacations, and I went out there with stuff like that. Like I was telling him, I didn't know too much about Caleb's social life. All I knew is when I come out there, it would just be me, him, and his friends.
Right.
So like with your homeboys at high school, you know, y'all sit around, joke around, play basketball, talk about girls, and that's what we do. That's what we do.
Right.
Although detectives let him go, they had a hunch that Javarsi was hiding something behind his friendly face. They would soon find out that their suspicions about him were correct. 2 cars were stolen from Caleb's residence during the incident. Detectives managed to track the GPS of one of the vehicles that led them to Oakland Park. Both of the vehicles were found at the same place. Using luminol, bloodstains were identified in the car, and detectives carefully collected DNA samples and fingerprints from both the interior and exterior of the vehicle as part of their investigation. After the news broke about the stolen cars being found, the police received an unexpected call from a woman indicating that her son, Raheem Gibson, might be involved in the theft of the vehicles that were found in Oakland Park.
He said that he was with a friend. What's the friend's name?
All I know is
Weeda?
And Weeda and some other boy. Another boy name. Wheat, huh? Weeda.
Weeda. And he said they went to the house? And
I don't know what house. They came back with some stuff. Where's the stuff? That boy came back driving the car. My child did.
Okay.
Whatever they find in Oakland Park.
Following the lead, detectives brought in Raheem Gibson, who would later become the key to solving the entire case.
So here we are, we're at the house. Does he give you a plan, or what's Weeda telling you? Does he give you a role?
No, he just says he ain't gonna tell who I am when he first comes to the door, so y'all just stand on the side.
Okay. But backing up, what did you say you saw in the driveway?
Basketball goal.
Okay, basketball. Was there any vehicles in the driveway at this time?
Yes.
Okay. What vehicle was in the driveway?
The truck.
Okay, when you say truck, do you know what color the truck was?
Black.
Okay. Truck as in like it had an open part in the back, or an SUV?
SUV.
Okay.
Closed.
Okay.
Detectives seem to have a breakthrough, but the real hurdle is about to begin. They would soon hit a roadblock while trying to get Javarsi to confess.
But you might have had something to do with it.
Yes, sir.
What you know about that?
Nothing. I mean, why would I do something like that? I told you my whereabouts. My grandma can tell you my whereabouts where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I have anything to do with my own cousin?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. I mean, we just have to, you know, if people tell us something, we just have to check into it.
Yeah, I understand that. I would never have something to do with it. Knowing all these years I've been knowing him, never even crossed my mind to do something like that, have anything to do with something like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No. I just can't. I didn't do that. I promise you that.
Because man, this was a terrible incident. Nobody deserved that.
They really didn't.
And nobody deserved that. So, you know, you got a child, teenager,
and a grandmother,
and a
slash mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, I don't even see myself even being in no situation like that.
And why's that?
Because I'm not that type of person, you know.
What type of person is that?
A cold-hearted person.
Cold-hearted person.
Yeah. I don't see myself hurting anyone.
Mm-hmm. You never gotten upset and want to hurt somebody?
No, sir. Well, everybody got upset.
Uh-huh.
Can't even lie about that.
Yeah.
As far as getting upset and going off and stuff like that, I don't.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Why would people be saying, what if I told you, you know, why all these people would be saying that you had something to do with it?
Probably because Caleb was my cousin, and they saw, and when me and Caleb was together or something like that at the mall, they saw me and him together. So they figured if he always with Caleb, he probably know who Caleb had beef with, who Caleb all let come to the house, who Caleb hung out with, who Caleb did this with, who Caleb did that with. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but stuff like that, no. I don't know who he had beef with or anything like that.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I'm positive.
So you don't know nothing about this incident at all?
No, sir.
You ain't heard nothing about it at all?
No, sir. As far as my grandma saying what she said and stuff like that.
And what she said again?
She had said that she think it was somebody in the family or something like that. And that dude on the corner at that store, and he told us he see like the same thing. And I was thinking to myself, it can't be, because everybody in Caleb's family is too sweet like that. And nobody on our side of the family even met that side with my grandfather. His side of the family with Caleb now. So that's why I was like, no. Y'all can't be right.
In his second interrogation, Javarsi plays mind games, trying his best to showcase his love and affection for his cousin and extended family. However, the detective knows the true nature of his heart.
I understand y'all want to know who did this and all, but as far as information, I honestly don't know. With the swab and all that, I said, I didn't see no point of doing it. Like I just told that detective right there. I said, you find anything the same day, you got my grandmother's number, you know where she live at, I'll come in and do everything.
What you mean by that? I mean, you gotta clarify for me.
I mean, as far as me not being out there since June, there's no even way of point. And for...
What do you mean find anything? What you talking about?
He said something like, if he come across anything in the next 2 or 3 months, he just want to make sure I'm out the way. But like I said, you got my grandmother's number, you got my number, you got the address. Not going nowhere. I'm there. I go to Spencer High School. I'm there. You call her, ask her. And like I said, I told y'all I'll think about it, but I just didn't see no point in doing that. But yeah.
Okay. Well, we appreciate it. You know, we had to ask you. Just support the process, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I want to say this to you again. You hear anything, or you remember something that you may not remember tonight,
give y'all a call.
Give us a call.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let me go check on some stuff. Let's see about getting you out of here, man.
All right.
We appreciate your time. Appreciate you
All
coming
right.
down, okay?
Can you please take me home now? I'm sleepy as a dog, man.
Yeah. Give me a few minutes, okay? We'll get you on, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The detective is pushing him to admit his guilt, but he lies through his teeth without any remorse. He even challenges the detectives and refuses to take DNA tests, but his struggle to keep his secret buried was soon about to fall apart.
I just get a vibe about you, and you know, if something just keep telling me that things not adding up here, man. I don't think you're being truthful with me.
I'm being 100% truthful with you.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are. You know, I've been doing this, you know, for some time now, speaking with people, and some things you telling me, it don't make any, it's not adding up. It's not jiving.
Well, I'm telling you what I know, and from what I have done with Caleb, and as far as being around him and stuff like that.
Well, I think you know more than what you're telling me.
I honestly don't.
I do. And deep down inside, you may know why I feel that way.
Not really. As far as you asked me what my whereabouts were, I told you. My grandma can vouch for me.
Is there anything you want to get off your mind? Anything you want to get off your chest?
No, sir.
Anything you want to get off your heart?
No, sir. Sitting here looking you eye to eye as a man.
As a man.
I don't have nothing to hide. I mean, like, if you don't believe me or whatever, I mean, that's just how you feel.
Okay.
Eye to eye. There's nothing I know about this. Nothing.
So a person like you want to do that?
No, sir. Never, ever. Can harm nobody.
Person like you want to kill an innocent child?
No, sir, I would not.
Person like you want to kill a grandmother?
No.
A caring person like Miss Gloria?
No.
Person like you want to kill Caleb?
No. been straightforward with you since the first moment I walked in here.
It's about 100% clear now that Javarsi is truly a pathological liar. At this point, it's quite shocking to see that he still shows no trace of remorse. This attitude strongly hints at sociopathic tendencies. He knows that his lies are caught, but even then, he keeps on provoking the detectives.
We had some people down there talking to your grandmama. Is there any reason why they would tell us that you and Caleb were kind of like video game buddies?
We never had the same systems.
Well, I'm just asking because that's what they were telling us, which made me kind of wonder. Because you were telling me y'all weren't that close and you don't really know much about him. So you don't play no games with him online or nothing?
No,
like
sir.
that? I know Detective Malone here told you what he thought about it, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I understand. If I knew anything, I would tell y'all. But as far as like video game buddies and stuff like that, no. I don't play any games. I don't own any games. The last game I owned was right before I lost my last job. Was working at Waffle House. I worked at Little Caesars before that, and I barely can afford to make payments on that, so I took that back.
I think you know more than you're telling me.
Which I don't.
I'm just telling. I'm being honest with you. I ain't lied to you since I come through this front door with you. But there's something in me telling me that you can help me out, and I don't know why you're holding back.
I'm not holding back. I promise you I'm not.
I'm being honest with you.
Same thing I told him.
You know, I don't. My job is not to bull people, and there's just something. Everything you're saying to me is like you want to dance around everything, and I don't get that because it's your cousin. It's not my cousin.
I understand. I'm telling you what I know. From my family members to theirs, they know I don't have much contact with Caleb. Caleb don't tell me anything. I don't do anything with him. Like as far as video games or anything.
But you say you tell me if you did, right?
Yes, sir, I would.
He's clearly trying his best to prove his emotional and mental distance from Caleb, but little does he know that the detectives have already secured enough evidence to send him to jail. Moreover, his friend Raheem has already confessed to his own involvement in the burglary and implicated Javarsi in the brutal murder of his family.
Okay, so now you guys are at the front door, and he tells you what again?
To go inside the house because he's not going to come out if he sees 3 people.
Okay. And so you and Quez are waiting at the side of the house. What are you guys talking about when you're on the side of the house? Seriously, I mean, you're probably like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me in your own words, what did he say to you?
I said, what are we doing? He said, just be quiet and wait for him. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Then when he came to the door, he snatched him, and I just...
Well, I mean, you say snatch. Just tell me, like, real simple terms. Did you see him put his hands on him?
No. I just guess he snatched him because when I heard it, then I came around the corner.
Okay, now is the front door closed when you come around the front?
I never came. I came to the front of the corner.
Okay. I understand.
And then I looked. He had him in the front of the yard on the ground.
And so when you say he's on the ground, who's on the ground?
Javarsi and Caleb.
Okay, are they fighting?
No, he was just holding him on the ground.
Okay, who's on top?
Javarsi.
Okay, so Javarsi is physically just holding down, or has he got his knees on him, or how would you describe it?
Got it. Holding his hands on.
Okay.
Holding his hands behind him.
Okay, is he asking you to help him, or how does that work?
He asked me to help him. I said, "If no," and I just stood in the bush and I sat down. Then the other boy helped him. They tied him up. I started shaking.
Okay. When you say tie him up, I think rope, but what did they tie him up with?
Tape.
Okay. There's all kinds of tape. What color was the tape?
I guess duct tape because it was gray.
Okay, so you're saying duct tape because it's gray or silver. Would you say silver or gray? Gray, silver, but it's shiny. Okay. When he ties him up, what hands or what part? Can you show me?
Tied him up like this.
Okay. So his hands are like this?
No, like this.
Okay, like this? Yeah. Okay. Any other tape, or he just tapes them all the way around like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's he saying to him at this time?
He just kept on saying,
Caleb is saying this?
No.
Or, okay. Okay. Well, what's Caleb saying? He's got to be saying.
Yeah, he was just like, why? You better be playing. You better be playing.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I was sitting in bushes, I seen him walk past with him.
Okay. Now, is he dragging Caleb, or, I mean...
He's walking him.
Okay, he's walking him. Okay. And what's he saying to him?
Telling him to be quiet.
Okay.
Javarsi had murdered the entire Short family and tried to stage the perfect burglary. However, his evil plan was doomed to fail, as Rahim would soon reveal exactly how and when Javarsi devised his sinister scheme.
Ouida and him, they go inside the house.
And
Quest, okay. And you stay outside. Did they tell you stay here, be the lookout, or why do you stay outside?
I didn't want anything to do with that.
Okay. Did they ask you to come in?
Yeah, they kept on telling me come on. I kept on saying I don't want nothing to do with it. That's not what I came here for.
Okay. If I had asked you what you did go there for, what would you say?
He said to go see what he got for Christmas.
Okay. So you're in the bushes. Do you see anybody drive by?
No.
Okay, so you don't see any lights or anything?
No.
Okay. How long were they inside the house for?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. What do you hear? You hear any noises? You don't hear anybody screaming?
No.
You don't hear anything? Okay. So 30 minutes, and then what's the next thing someone contacts you? What happens?
Well, Quez came, he said, come on for the girl. I said, what y'all do? He didn't say nothing. And then when I was getting in the car, Javarsi came out. He said he'll be right behind us. He could get more stuff.
Okay. Okay, so now you walk to the garage, correct? Okay, now how do you know to be the driver or the passenger?
I wasn't going to be the driver.
Okay.
But I was the passenger.
Okay. And I'm not trying to put words, but I mean, are you helping them put things in the trunk or?
No, everything was already in when I came.
Okay, so everything was already in. Okay. What did you see that was in the vehicle?
Boxes of shoes.
Okay. Do you know any brand names of shoes or?
Jordans.
Any other? Nikes. What else? TVs, PlayStations.
No, I didn't see nothing.
No TVs.
No.
So they were there just to get, was it jewelry, clothing?
Only thing I seen was shoes.
Okay, shoes, okay. When you're looking at the garage, and it's a double car garage, is the vehicle on the left side or the right side or in the middle?
The middle.
The middle? Okay. And when you come around, you get in the passenger seat. Is Quez already in there or you just sit in the car?
We getting in at the same time.
Okay, getting in at the same time. And you say the boxes are in the back seat or is there a trunk? I'm not familiar.
Back seat.
Okay, back seat. Okay. And how many boxes of shoes would you say?
6.
Okay.
7. 6 or 7.
Okay.
It's important to note that Quez is actually a nickname for Rufus Leonard Burks, one of Javarsi's friends. And now, the detectives are finally getting a clearer picture of where Rahim, Javarsi, and Rufus were on the day of the incident. Unlike Javarsi, Rahim isn't making things difficult for them, at least for now. But that cooperation is not going to last much longer.
So everything you think that was taken was in the VW Beetle? Okay. Why do you think Ouida didn't leave with you?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking. Do you have? Can you guess why?
He told us he was getting more stuff. But
he said he was getting more stuff.
But when later that night when I asked what did he stay for and get, he said don't worry about any stuff.
Okay, so you guys leave, and Ouida is still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the door open to from the garage in? Can you see anything?
No.
Okay.
I seen the light was on.
Okay, the light was on. Did you hear? Can you describe any of the noises?
I didn't hear no noise.
Okay. Did anybody yell, scream, anything break?
No.
Okay. Okay. So you guys back out, and Quez is driving. And tell me again, where do you go?
The same way we came.
The same exact route. Past the airplane place, past DMV. Okay. And then KFC, that way back. Now, who tells you, or why do you guys go to your final resting spot? You don't go to your house, correct?
No.
Okay, so where do you go?
He called Quez, and then he chose to Rigdon Park.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with Rigdon Park?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why? Do you know why that area? Okay. So you drive to Rigdon Park.
I didn't drive.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. You arrive there and as a passenger, and so you're just sitting there?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long do you think you sit there?
30 minutes.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Does anybody call you, or do you call anybody?
No, Quez.
Quez is on his phone again.
No, he called Quez and tell him he was on his way.
Okay.
Then he finally came and told us to leave.
Okay, and so how do you leave that Rigdon Park?
We go out the main entrance and just turn out and just walk down the long road.
There are still gaps in the story that the detective needs to piece together as clearly as possible. What happened after they left the car in Rigdon Park still remains a mystery. Without these small but crucial details, the case remains a challenging puzzle for the detectives.
Okay, so you don't really, as soon as you leave the park, you turn left and go straight towards South Lumpkin Road?
Yeah.
Okay, you just go straight up. Why is he still in the vehicle, and why does it make you guys walk?
He said he's gonna take it somewhere else.
He didn't offer to drop you off?
No.
You didn't ask
I
him?
wasn't gonna get back.
You weren't gonna get,
No.
okay. When's the last time you see Quiz?
We all walked together to watch his grandmother's house.
Okay, so you stayed on Calhoun?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that where you sleep that night?
Most of the night, then I walked to my grandmother's house.
What time do you think you walked to your grandmother's house?
1 a.m.
Guido, when's he come back?
He came back the same when we all went to his grandmother's house.
Okay, you guys walked from Rigdon Park, correct? And you walked straight there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and but Guido drive somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
But he was already there when we got there.
Oh, so he beat you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And his grandmother lives on Calhoun Road. He lives with his grandmother. Okay. Do you have any idea what time that is, or?
11, 12.
Okay. Okay. The shoes are in the Beetle. When did the shoes leave the Beetle?
He had him there at his grandmother's house because they switched them. They switched it out the cars when we met at Rigdon Park.
Okay, so when he arrives at Rigdon Park, you're still there. You guys load up
Yeah.
the SUV, and then you walk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where are the shoes now?
In the truck.
In the truck. Okay.
And he says he's gonna ditch the car.
Okay, so he never brings the shoes back to his grandmother's house?
He did. I don't know.
When did you see the shoes at the grandmother's house?
When we got there.
Okay. Okay, so you last saw the shoes technically in the VW, get put in the SUV, and then you walk to Calhoun, but he's already there with the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And no SUV.
No SUV.
Okay. And then do you guys sit around, talk? Do they smoke? Well, what do they do?
Just smoke.
What's he talk about? Did he tell you what happened inside?
No.
You don't get into what?
I kept asking him what he did, why he stayed. And he just said, be quiet, mind your business.
Raheem and Rufus walked straight from Rigdon Park to Javarsi's grandmother's house in Calhoun. But when they reached, Javarsi was already there, having abandoned the SUV. Clearly, Raheem's statement about leaving Caleb's house and reaching his grandmother's house contains a significant time discrepancy. Javarsi texts Raheem around 12 p.m. Roughly, after 2 hours, they meet at Javarsi's grandmother's house. At around 5 p.m., they meet Rufus. Then, at about 5:30, they're at Caleb's house. Raheem and Rufus then leave in the SUV. Later, Raheem and Quez come back to Javarsi's grandmother's house around 11 or 12 p.m. But when they arrived at Javarsi's grandmother's house, the SUV was nowhere to be found, and the shoe boxes had already been unloaded. So, the question remained, how did Javarsi manage to ditch the SUV and the other car so quickly, reaching his grandmother's house faster than his friends? Unfortunately, Javarsi and Rufus still refused to provide the missing details, keeping much of the story unrevealed. On January 12, 2016, Javarsi was arrested based on the evidence gathered from his grandma's house. It's regrettable to see that all three of the perpetrators of this case were juveniles. In 2018, Javarsi Tapley was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Raheem Gibson was sentenced to 30 years in prison, and Rufus Burks was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences. In the courthouse, Caleb's sister Shamika confronted Javarsi, showing him a picture of him, Caleb, and Gigi swimming together in the pool. However, Javarsi showed no remorse, making it clear that his actions were driven by jealousy and was still consumed with rage. Javarsi was loved by Gloria and her family. He also spent the summers with the Short family. Despite being unconditionally loved by the Short family, Javarsi chose to destroy this sweet, close-knit family out of his jealousy toward Caleb. But was it jealousy, or did Javarsi have a sociopathic side that no one knew about? If Caleb was the reason, why did Javarsi brutally kill his mother and Gigi? How could Caleb have never seen this dark side of his cousin? Or was it simply the love that blinded the Short family, making them trust their close relatives without question? Feel free to share your opinions. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any cases you want us to cover, please share your suggestions in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to uncover more cases like this from around the world. Until then, stay safe.